It's time to break out a new product. Welcome along to Next Level Racing Channels, and for what's bound to be an exciting 3 hours of action, it's time to let loose some of iRacing's finest for the King of the Track Invitational, and we'll find out exactly what Next Level Racing has been cooking up in secret. Delighted to have your company here on RaceBot TV, where my name is Arjuna Kankipati, joined alongside by Joey Tebben. And Joey, this is bound to be quite intriguing. The format that we've got in store for the drivers means it's going to be one-on-ones. We're going to leave the drivers out there to see, indeed, who is crowned the Next Level Racing King of the Track.
Yeah, it's like we're back in the medieval ages. We're talking about kings, we're talking about duels. There's going to be all sorts of action over the next 3 hours, and it's all going to be about winning streaks. It's going to be a little bit like, traditional sports. It's going to be like Jeopardy. Win multiple games in a row, win bigger prizes. I'm excited to get going here at the Connecticut National Park of Speed, about 2 hours that way.
It's a quite interesting track as well, one that, of course, has been around on iRacing for quite a while. And we break out the Radical SR8. This is a car that I've got to see some of its smaller counterparts in the real world now run around a track. And I must say, Joey, it's an underappreciated car. It introduces people to prototype downforce racing, and this SR8 is a beast to tame, let alone when you take it to a track as challenging and as undulating as Lime Rock.
Yeah, it's little, it's lightweight, it's kind of halfway between an open wheel car and a sports car, so it's going to be the ultimate challenge. Lime Rock is always a challenge, no matter what layout. You've got the classic layout, which is all high speed, you've got chicanes as well when you want to. It's a tough track to master, even though it is basically a reverse oval with one left-hand corner. But you'll have to master it all the same. Whoever wins the King of the Track is going to be a true king of 7 corners.
And so, yeah, one-on-one, we'll send them all out. We'll talk more about the format in just a few moments' time. Don't forget that if you go onto the Next Level Racing website, 5% off their USA store if you use the coupon code KOTT, King of the Track. I wonder what you would want to try and pick up there. I've got my sim rig, of course, over the shoulder. I'd be quite interested in one of those go-karting rigs. I'm not sure if you saw that, Joey, that Next Level Racing put out recently.
Well, Arjuna, if I am to reach up behind me and break the fourth wall here and bring down this green screen, you would see that I've got some musty, dusty old equipment back there that I really need to upgrade. So I could use that 5% off. I think I might need to upgrade in the near future.
And so let's talk a little bit about what we've got in store for the drivers as we break them out again into one-on-ones. We're looking forward to seeing how they get on in that competition. The drivers submitted sign-ups, and then we'll randomize into the run orders, and they're now going to be joining the session one by one to be going racing. If you win 5 races in a row, you win a Next Level Racing merch pack. If you win 10 races in a row, well, you will unlock that unreleased Next Level Racing product, and we'll get to talk a little bit more about what's in store. And then if you win 15 races in a row, well, the prizes eventually have to come to an end. A, will kick you off the track, but B, Joey, will do so with 1,000 Australian dollars in your pocket.
Now, I got to start thinking about the conversion rate there, because there are some Australians in the field who are going to be competing, but there's a lot of folks from here in the United States. What is 1,000 Australian dollars in US dollars? I have to imagine it's pretty similar, but I'm no economist.
They'll battle in 2-lap races effectively, with the winner, quote-unquote, of the previous race staying on and leading that battle, and it's pretty simple. Whoever gets to the line will come out on top. Now, there is a little bit of jeopardy that comes into play with all of this, Joey. The drivers get the choice. They'll get the choice after they win a race, whether they want to stay on track or whether they want to bank whatever rewards they've already gotten. So, once you get to 5, you have to decide, all right, am I okay with the Next Level Racing merch pack, or am I willing to try and risk it for that unreleased Next Level Racing product? Once you get to 10, once you find out what that unreleased Next Level Racing product is, then you have to decide, well, I'm going to try for 5 more races and go from there.
Yeah, just know, if anybody doesn't keep going for the 15, I'm going to be very disappointed in you from the booth. I'm a big fan of game shows. I want to see the true daily doubles. I want to see people going for the $1 million. This is an iRacing game show, and I want to see people going for broke.
And have you driven this Radical SR8 before, Joey?
I have, and I've driven Lime Rock. I've never driven the combination of the two, but I'm going to pretend to be a knowledgeable color commentator tonight.
Now, the thing that I would say about this car is it's difficult to tame, and we're going to have, I think, a fair mix of skill, because this was open to anyone, right? We were looking at some of the names that we're expecting to see, and some of the staples from some of our other Next Level Racing community events, but also some of the top-level drivers. Cody Deeth, Sam Coytert's in the mix as well. You know, there's some very strong drivers that very potentially could be thinking about the 10, the 15 victories in the row.
Yeah, the problem is going to be, though, when they come up against each other. If you put Sam Coytert versus some random people with less experience, of course he's going to win 15 races in a row. But the second he starts to come into contact with people who he's raced with before or other pro-level drivers in sim racing, suddenly you're going to run into a little bit of trouble. But that's the jeopardy. That's why we've got the game show going here. And I can't wait to get it started. I hope we see some triumphant domination, and I hope we see some underdog upsets as well.
So I think we're getting ready to go. So they'll have a full pace lap to, of course, filter their way around before we get them actually racing for the 2 laps. And, of course, they'll then come back in, and then we'll basically keep going from there. And I don't think we'll get many breaks. Take a break probably at the top of each hour or so. And 3 hours we'll be sat here trying to crown our Next Level Racing King of the Track. And don't forget, 5% off the USA store by using the promo code KOTT. It will be David DeVoe and Mario Cimarelli that will be the first 2 drivers to head on out there. What did you call this track, Joey?
The Connecticut's National Park of Speed, which is that's not correct because Connecticut's not a nation. But I'm not going to be going political here.
You're just trying to steal a line there, aren't you?
Yes, because I've never been to Lime Rock, which is a shame. It's in the same state as me. It's in Connecticut, but it's like 2 hours north, so it's never been convenient. But one day I'll make it up there. And
doesn't Parker Kligerman now own part of this track?
I think he does. He owns a part of it, but Parker's dead to me now because he used to live in Stamford, Connecticut. He used to be here, and now he's moved to Charlotte, North Carolina. So we don't get to hang out. What a shame.
You're just jealous that he's moved out, aren't you?
Parker, if you're listening, come back. They miss you.
I wonder what the weather conditions will be like in the sim itself. Let's see if we can take a look at the drivers getting ready to go. Of course, Lime Rock did actually get rescanned relatively recently in the world of iRacing. You can see that. Oh, look at that. 43 degrees Celsius.
What? The 15th of May? That's fake news, Arjuna. I have lost my immersion now. I don't believe this is real anymore. I'm losing my mind. Because I first moved to Connecticut on like the 12th of May.
Really?
It was really hot. It was 90 degrees here. So this is fake news, guys. We're gonna lose all our viewers. We're not doing weather right.
I mean, it's not too bad. I mean, you're saying 90 degrees Fahrenheit, aren't you?
Oh, I was reading that as Fahrenheit this whole time.
Oh,
no wonder.
Wow! Look at you.
No wonder. Look at how good of a start we're off to. What is 42 degrees C in Fahrenheit? Maybe they are accurate.
That's a good point. Okay, so
107? Jesus.
The drivers are heading on out there, and the thing that you'll note is, Joey, we've got unique paint schemes for these drivers, courtesy of Next Level Racing. So it's David DeVoe in the silver that leads them on out there, the Frenchman in front of the Italian, Mario Cimarelli.
Interesting stuff. 2 drivers who, honestly, have not seen much of in sim racing, so we don't really know the abilities here. We don't really know who has the upper hand, but that's kind of a good thing, because that means we're going to have total unknowingness, and we do see here as they fly up the hill, they're not going to take that tight little chicane. They're going to go through that high-speed turn 5, and that's one of my favorite corners in the world. I always hate when we have to cut through the chicane. I want to go through that corner every single time, and I'm going to be glad to see some airtime here.
So, 2-lap battles, and it's in a car that's relatively tricky to tame, and on this outlap, they've been kind of keeping a slow pace. Now, I think there is some instructions about the starting zone that we are trying to now get all sorted out, but I think I'm about as confused as they are on track right now.
Do they think it's a standing start? Are we trying to go F1 red flag mode?
Do we really need to go F1 red flag? I mean, Crofty and Brundle are a lot better than us in terms of everything. Here we go. Just waiting for the signal. And towards the line, the first battle of the Next Level Racing King of the Track is underway here. It's, well, what are we calling it? Connecticut's Park of Speed. In through the long right-hander at turn 1. This is slightly banked at places, but it's off camber as you run your way off the corner exit. Still, though, a couple of car lengths the margin between the two of them, and a little bit of a mistake there for David DeVoe, who runs behind now and has got some margin to close on up.
Yeah, he doesn't have much time. He's got about a track and a half now to make up this gap to C. Morelli. Gonna ride on board with a camera beautifully stuck to the roll bar. You saw DeVoe there, not very quick up the hill through turn 5, not carrying as much speed as he could. I don't think this is a driver who's entirely comfortable with this car and track combination yet. I don't think he's got all the practice in the world. He's gonna get huge understeer off the final corner. He's actually done a good job of sticking with C. Morelli, but C. Morelli's slowing down on the front straight. This battle may not be over with one more lap to go.
Remember, 2-lap battles, so you got to hold on for both the laps, and then the second driver who crosses the line is eliminated from the running order, and the first driver gets to continue on out there. If you're trying to just remember what stage it is, you can keep an eye on that in the bottom right corner. That will differentiate how many laps, races the drivers have gone out there. Middle sector, though, the green car stretches the margin up over the crest of the hill. Cimarelli continues to run away.
Doing a great job. Oh, David DeVoe, and that is David Destruction, unfortunately. Well done on the win, Mario. David has offed himself up over turn 5.
You were looking for that, weren't you?
I was thinking more devoted, but I can't be devoted to him anymore because he's gone.
So it's Mario Cimarelli that crosses the line to grab the first victory in the King of the Track. Let's go ahead and check on in, by the way, with our good friend Maestro. Let's see what he thought of all the action. Oh, he's going to be having some fun, I think, over the course of the day. Maestro will be watching along and tracking the progress, but yeah, remember, one race done. Now Mario Cimarelli gets the option as to whether he wants to bank the victory and step aside, or if he wants to continue. I think we know what to expect there. Let's be real here.
Yeah, keep it going, Marco. Or Mario, rather. I've already screwed up his name. I'm sorry, but I was distracted because I was looking over at his Twitch channel. He's actually got a decent following. He's got about 2,000 followers. He's actually streaming right now, so I might have to do a little bit of stream sniping and watch his stream on the other screen in his upcoming battles.
You know what I've just done as well is I think I've just been able to get our zooms all figured out, and so I think that is Mr. David DeVoe, who we take a look at there behind the scenes. Let's see if we can. They're all meant to be in the Zoom, but they're all not under the names that make it nice and obvious for a certain commentator to also try and flick around, so I'm not sure we're going to be able to figure that all out, but we'll take a little bit more of a look at the webcams over the course of the day. Again, 10 victories will get us towards unveiling that unreleased Next Level Racing product. I wonder what it is. Maestro knows.
Maestro knows. Who is Maestro, though? That's the real mystery. It's like the Stig.
I mean,
am I Maestro? Are you Maestro?
Exactly. Who knows? It could be one of us.
Maybe it's Mario. You never know.
No, it's probably not Mario.
That would be a real gambit there. If he was the Maestro this whole time.
It would have been a quick turnaround, by the way, for him to get out of his sim rig and to get all the way into that. Maybe he did that race in the racing gear, and that's why he was so rapid. Safety first.
That is possible. I'm doing some translation right now as well on my screen. I'm going to listen to something right now. Cimarelli. I was thinking, is it Cimarelli or Cimarelli?
Cimarelli.
The Italians tell me it's Cimarelli.
You got to get your hand wagging as well, you know?
I'm like 50% Italian heritage. I know how to talk with my hands. You can't see it, but you wish you could.
I'm looking at Joey, by the way, right now, just trying to be very Italian in his expressions, but I don't know if it's working. Am I going to get cancelled for that accent? Yes. You never know. I'm not very good at accents is the problem. My family is maybe a little bit more talented when it comes to those sort of things. 10 victories is what we're looking for as well to get to the unreleased Next Level Racing product. 15 victories is the maximum that you can go. And at which point, Joey, we're going to say bye-bye to whoever gets 15 victories and welcome some new people onto the stage.
Yeah, eventually all winning streaks must come to an end. I mean, I'd be here for a driver staying for the whole 3 hours and winning like 45 races, but we do want to give some other people a chance. We want to unlock some more prizes. So I'm happy to end domination at the very least at 15. I think that's fair.
And again, there are some drivers who could potentially find themselves being able to do so. I do believe that officially, by the way, it is going to be stage 2, which we head our way into. We got these wonderful little graphics to carry ourselves through all of that excitement. So it'll be How are we saying it again? Cimarelli?
Cimarelli.
Cimarelli. I'm not sure against quite who, but we'll get that word to you in just a few moments' time. 2 lap races, and it will be Cimarelli and Rylan Richard in the blue Next Level Racing liveried SR8 that rolls out. And look at that helmet as well. Love to see it.
That's a nice name. Rylan Richard, 2 first names.
It's a race car driver's name.
That is a race car driver's name right there. Don't know where he's from, don't know who he is, but he might just make a name for himself in about 90% of a lap's time.
It's a pretty short lap here as well, isn't it? All things considered.
Yeah, you don't get much time to heat up the tires. It's a much faster pace lap this time as well. I think both of these guys have realized that cold tires and this car especially do not make friends with each other, and especially through these fastest corners of all, you kind of need tire grip to survive. You don't want to be understeering for 2 laps.
So, as we get ready to go, oh, look at that wonderful onboard camera, and Rylan Richards is rocking the Next Level Racing iRacing edition cockpit there with the Fanatec direct drive wheelbase. So rolling start, it's up to Cimarelli in the number 4 to really dictate the tempo. How quick does he want to go here? And he's really going to hold them quite a bit. And now underway, nice tidy start. Inhale there from Richard, and into the opening corner they go.
Cimarelli getting out to a similar start that he got last time, but Richard is much closer than DeVoe ever was in the previous stint. So this is going to be a lot tighter. You see Cimarelli a little bit wide there through turn 3. Then through turn 4, the switchback. It's the only chicane on the track. It's the only left on the track into that right. This is going to be more hotly competitive than the first heat, Arjun. This is very... Oh, no, it's not. It's over.
No, I don't... Well, is it over? Not quite. Somehow Rylan Richard kept it out of the wall there.
That's a good save, so well done. It's not totally over. It's just minorly over. He still has a chance if Cimarelli makes a mistake, but he absolutely sent it up through turn 5, and he very quickly realized that the 1 pace lap of tire heating he got wasn't enough, and he understeered almost up into the wall. Did a great job of saving it, but now he's got to try and do the same thing on this lap.
Well, the thing as well that you somewhat have to consider, right, is they really run all the way to the grass, and Richard kicks up some of the green stuff as well, is that they slowed down quite a bit before they got back underway, and so any tire warming they had done was effectively nullified. Again, a wide exit from Richard. He's really pushing, but Cimarelli's got the measure of Lime Rock so far.
I'm sure his chat is going to be rooting him on here. 2 wins in a row for him. If he can survive 2 more corners, it's not as straightforward as some other places. You still have to lift a little bit to go through the final corner, but I think he's done it again. It's
a nice tidy run out of the final corner, all things considered, but it is indeed going to be a second victory for Cimarelli as he comes across the line. Let's go back and check on in once again with our good friend Maestro. What's he feeling over in the studio? He's having more fun than us, isn't he?
He is. He is. It reminds me of the animations you get at a bowling alley when you get a strike and something random just happens. I'm a fan of this.
Yeah, I think we need to get Next Level Racing suits like that as well, Joey, because we look quite good in that, I think.
Yeah. Black is slimming. My P.O. box is open. Should I give out my address on the air?
Sure, why not?
Maybe I will. That's why you should stay tuned. We've still got about 2.5 hours here. If you're here for the whole 3 hours, you'll get that address.
How about your social security number as well?
1, 2, 3,
4, 5, 6,
6, 7, 8, 9.
How did I know? How did I guess?
There's going to be somebody with that who just got really freaked out.
Well, already, by the way, we're on to stage 3, and it's Rylan Richard who steps aside. Miguel Silva now is the one tasked with trying to displace Mario Cimarelli from the top of the King of the Track board. They're on their way into the middle section. I was under the impression that Cimarelli would be leading once again.
Yeah, that's odd. Maybe he's just trying to give himself a little bit of a challenge in starting second. I don't know what's going on here. What I do know is that Miguel Silva is actually the 14th Miguel Silva to sign up for iRacing. He's Miguel Silva 14.
Hello?
Was that not Miguel Silva on the track?
Well, this is Miguel Silva.
Maybe he's getting He's getting an extra hot lap.
He's getting a bye, I would think, based on how things are going, with Cimarelli pulling it down on towards the pit lane. This is technically meant to be stage 3, but I think we are going to have to reset things back to square one initially, and it'll be Miguel Silva that moves on to stage 2 after this. Yeah, that's a weird one. I wonder if Cimarelli ran out of fuel.
It's possible. It's par for the course for the format. We're going to get some silliness tonight, but I'm sure they'll resolve things. Miguel Silva 14, though, as opposed to the other Miguel Silvas, as opposed to the other 13. Oh. This guy is 43 years old, Porto, Portugal, repping Portugal. If there's any Portuguese viewers in the chat, that's your guy.
Miguel Silva, by the way, just got disqualified.
What?
So if you're following along, I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but it is...
we got to know him so well, and we already lost him?
It's Alan Kwan who goes out in pursuit of Mario Cimarelli, so I think that's what happened. Maybe it's a bit of a mix-up between who was meant to go out and someone from the Oceanic region is getting ready to rumble.
He's number 1, like Smitty Werben Jaegerman Jensen. He's our guy, and I've been breaking world records and looking up people on iRacing. Alan Kwan, 3,700 iRating. He could be the guy who finally dumps Cimarelli off the top.
Yeah, and this is still technically stage 3, isn't it?
Let's call it stage 3.5.
Okay, Cimarelli's going to back it down once again, and almost to a dead crawl as we crawl towards the line. We're ready to go for the third stage here for Cimarelli in his quest to try and get to the first mark of 5 victories. He gets a nice little jump in towards the opening corner. And with these warm track conditions, not going to take long for the tires to get where they need to be. Cimarelli holds it nice and steady out of turn 2.
I got an ad on Cimarelli's stream, so I stopped watching. I didn't feel like sitting through the Alienware ad, so sorry about that, Mario. But here he goes through turn 4. It's all looking good as usual, but he had some big understeer in that previous run in the first lap. Luckily for him, Alan Kwan just had some horrific understeer as well, and almost threw it off the road in turn 4, and he's got about 10 car lengths to make up in one more lap.
But enjoying what we're seeing from these Radical SR8s, that you can tell that they're pushing quite wide in the case there of Kwan in the number 1. This is a machine that not many will have experience with.
No.
That's similar to what Joseph Newgarden did here in a Skip Barber racing machine, albeit not directly down into the pit lane. And I think Cimarelli has been gifted not just stage 2, but stage 3 as well.
And you know what I just realized as well on Twitch? Even if you get an ad, there's actually a little inset where you can see the ad-free stream. So I'm watching Mario on my second screen here. He looks as calm as can be. I don't even think he knows that the guy behind him crashed. He's still pushing, but he's going to be safe again. He's going to win stage 3, and he looks like a very calm and comfortable guy. He's got a beautiful beard, and he's going to be a very happy man.
You say he has a beard. I don't see everyone in the Zoom just yet, and so that's maybe part of what we're seeing with the lack of drivers, rather being able to show you some of all of the drivers. Alan Kwan will indeed give up the stage 3 victory to Mario Cimarelli, who will reset his way back to pit lane and get ready to do it once again. But as ever, it's time to go say hello to Maestro and see what he thought of that one.
Go for it.
Oh, Maestro.
No!
He didn't technically hit the green button, did he?
No, it's like Tantalus. It's like an ancient Greek tragedy. They're just holding something out in front of us, and we get tortured for the rest of eternity before he can hit the green button.
Well, you know what? Mario Cimarelli is only 1 win away, Joey, from a Next Level Racing merch pack.
Please do it and break us out of this cycle of horrors, Mario. Please win us the first prize, and please turn on your camera for us. If you have a moment in the middle of these 2 stages, go over to the Race Spot Zoom link and see if you can do a multi-feed. Send one screen to your Twitch and one screen to us, like all these guys.
Now, some of these drivers, I think, have just wrapped up the British Formula 4 Championship, but I see... Who do I see? I see a Jack Harrison. You can see Rylan Richard. There's all sorts of drivers in there. Daniel Harris is the bottom right corner with all sorts of stuff behind him. Someone in virtual reality. But unfortunately, we're very much trapped in real reality for the time being, Joey.
Darn.
And we can't join Maestro.
No, I hate real reality. I only like virtual reality. It's a whole world of possibilities. I did see there's, as usual in next level racing events, there is a VTuber avatar on our Zoom setup. So I think we're gonna get that. It's become a tradition at this point. Every single time there's somebody who shows up with that, and it's better than humans. I like avatars better than humans sometimes.
I mean, anyone's better than you, Joey. I mean, some of your puns. I mean,
yeah, I could use an avatar. You saw us both on camera at the start of the screen. I should find my new VTuber avatar before the end of tonight.
No, I just want to get rid of Joey. Is the reality? You did see what people thought about your comment yesterday about the wheels, right?
My comment about the wheels?
In the PRL?
No, I don't remember.
Yeah, okay. I do, unfortunately. Anyway, Cimarelli, Carter back. Stage 4, 2 laps away from a next level racing merch pack being handed on out. It's the blue for Carter back, and of course, just a bit of a mix-up of the iRatings that we have through the field. We've gone from Alan Kwan with 3,700 iRating to about 1,800 iRating here for Carter, but this is the thing to remember. iRating doesn't really tell you much.
I do like this name because Joe Burrow is a Carter back.
Who's Joe Burrow?
Darn it! I should have. Tom Brady is a Carter back.
Who's Tom Brady?
You're really
no,
not helping
I know.
me here.
The first one I could pretend. The second one I couldn't really. On board with Carter, there was again a decent jump from Mario in towards the opening corner. A little bit of a wayward entry there initially from Mario. You'd assume, though, he's relatively warm and comfortable with what the track is offering them at this stage with the number of laps that he kind of has relative to everyone else. And I believe that we are going to be able to, for this race in particular, say hello to Carter back.
There he is. It looks more like Carter front, if I'm honest, but 1,700 iRating for him, Class D road license. Another one of these guys who maybe doesn't have all the experience in the world, who's unfortunately come up against a buzzsaw in Cimarelli, and he's already lost a couple of corners time. Cimarelli can start breathing easy, but I think the real thing is going to come at the end of Stage 5. After he locks that in, is he going to stay to take on some bigger challenges?
Yes.
Or is he gonna quit after that?
No, he better stay. That's a lockup. These cars don't have ABS, and poor Carter back just found out that in a hard way. Resets to the pit lane, and it's a third race in a row where Cimarelli has pushed so hard that he's forced those behind to make the mistakes.
And there's some people in Cimarelli's Twitch chat going absolutely wild right now. He's got some avid fans, Arjun. I only wish I could read Italian to know what they were saying.
I can read Italian, but the few words that I know.
I can read the letters. Per quello ti dicevo di chiedere come conta quello squalificato.
Well, my problem is the few words that I know aren't words that we're allowed to say on any form of a broadcast unless it's after the watershed. But regardless, it's Cimarelli that comes to the line, and finally, Maestro can hit the green button. He's got the Next Level Racing merch pack ready to go, and he throws it straight at Mario. Oh, what fun.
What a jump scare. I'm falling out of my skin here. He threw a shirt at me. I'm terrified. This is a horror movie. So,
are we going to Stage 5? Are we returning to Stage 1?
Please, Stage 5. Please, Stage 5.
I mean, Mario's not in the car anymore technically, but, I mean, I'm assuming that we're going again.
Somebody in his chat has just asked, che ti devo dire? I hope that translates to, Mario, will you race again?
It means, how devoted are you to motorsports?
It translates to...
Give us the proper one.
It translates to Mario Cimarelli, because I Control-C'd the wrong thing.
Joey, the Google Translate expert.
It's not even a word.
It's not even interesting, okay. So it's slang.
It translates to, here I have to tell you. That's not helpful.
Here I have to tell you that you are the GOAT. I think that's something along the lines of what we should have probably seen. I believe it is going to be Mr. Daniel Harris that is up next, someone that we have seen plenty of in prototype machinery on RaceBot TV on Monday nights. It will be interesting to see how he gets on with 5,800 iRating up against Mario, who I think is getting ready to head back out on track.
Yeah, this is going to be Mario's first real challenge with a more known quantity, I think we can say. Daniel Harris, tons of experience on iRacing, very fast driver. holds the world record at Road Atlanta in the Cadillac GTP, so if he can apply that to Lime Rock, another place with some very high-speed corners, he could be the guy to start his own streak and start his own dynasty.
So are we risking the prize pack? That's the thing. So just to remember, if Mario elects to go back out there, he has to get to 10 in order to win the yet-to-be-announced next-level racing product. Oh, there's Daniel away. It's just waiting to see if Mario rolls as well.
Come on, Mario. You know you want to do it. You know you want to take Daniel on.
He's in the car!
He's in the car. Here we go.
It's stage 5. Oh, we're putting it on the line.
We are, and this is stage 5. This is where we could get into some trouble because Daniel Harris, he's a driver who could be aggressive at times. Could this potentially be the first time we have to break out our live race control if they get into an incident with each other?
That is something that we get the power of. Joey and Arjuna have been given the keys to the race control decision board.
We're the Supreme Court.
We are the judge, the jury, and the executioner.
Yes, I'm Elena Kagan right now. I am feeling the power, and I'm very excited for this race. This is the first time we're going to see two guys that are very clearly matched in comfortability, in this car, in their speed. I think we're going to see a big race for the first time.
And of course, you're joining us for the Next Level Racing King of the Track. Don't forget 5% off on the USA store by heading to nextlevelracing.com. And it is time to go for stage 5. Chimarelli has put his Next Level Racing merch pack on the line, and Daniel Harris will try and stop him from reaching the 6th stage. Another good jump, though, from Chimarelli into turn 1, and we've got to remember, it's only 2 laps, Joey. There's not much time to sort things out.
And I would almost think that would be an insurmountable gap, but Daniel Harris has done a good job through turn 1 to bring it down into turn 3 here. Much shorter line. He's closed that down. It's good to see Daniel Harris's face for the first time. He never turns his zoom on for us on Monday nights. Maybe he's ashamed of all the trash behind him.
I was waiting for Joey to make a comment about something in the background. Up over the crest, this is where the car gets very light as the aerodynamics change, as the underside just feels that airflow as you crest over the top. At the end of the first lap, though, this is the closest that it's been, and it's going to be a draft, a slingshot into the opening corner as Daniel Harris builds Chimarelli to the inside. 1 lap down, 1 lap to go.
And Daniel is so much quicker than Chimarelli right now. You can tell that he was able to make up about 7 car lengths after that big start that Mario got earlier.
Oh!
Daniel throws it up, though, in turn 2. He's lost a bunch of time again. He's going to have to make this happen in one of the highest speed corners on the track.
I think it's done, because at this point, unless Chimarelli makes a mistake over the top of the crest, surely Harris is a little bit too far back. Look at the look of focus on his face and frustration as well. I don't think he thinks he's going to get close enough. Chimarelli just has to hang on.
Well, he's been very fast through these corners. If he can get a big run out of the final corner, he may have a shot. Chimarelli's a little bit wide. He's very slow. It's going to be a drag race to the line, but I think Daniel already realizes it's going to be too little too late.
And so it's going to be Chimarelli that put it on the line and grabs the stage 5 victory. And Maestro does his silly little dance, but at the end of the day, he's still a ways away from that button. We've got a couple more races to go before we can find our way in the regions of finding out what that Next Level Racing unannounced product is. Joey, we might be finding out sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I'm excited. What could it be? An unannounced product? Could it be a Next Level Racing granola bar? Could it be a Next Level Racing toilet? Who knows?
Hey, the granola bars are next to me right now. I can tell you they are quite good.
I mean, I'm very here for it. I think more people should take advantage of food merchandise. I want an iRacing mac and cheese. I want a radical pizza. I want all of it.
Just to clarify as well, it is actually winning the stage that gets the prize. So now Chimarelli has got the Next Level Racing merch pack, and so let's see if we can potentially find a way to drag him in for an interview. I'm trying to look for him in the list of drivers, but
he's Schemo de Guerra.
Is that what he is?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure I pronounced that entirely wrong, but that is his Twitch name.
Let's see if we can get Joey Tebbin standing by with the one and only Mario Chimarelli in a few moments' time. Now, I don't have the power to move him in here, so we'll try and figure that out sooner rather than later. But yes. There we go. Joey standing by with Mario Cimarelli.
I do have Mario Cimarelli here. 5 wins in a row already. How good are you feeling? And you've unlocked that first merch pack.
Yeah, no. I'm here for race. Sorry for my English. I'm Italian, and I have some problem with the languages. And I'm here for race, and for me it's go okay if we can go for the next race.
Your English is far better than my Italian, Mario, and I'll say you're far faster on the track than I am as well. So we'll send you back up there. We'll wish you good luck, and we hope to see you keep going.
Okay, thank you.
Good old Mario Cimarelli. What a guy, Arjuna. It seems like every single time we talk to a driver with a slight language barrier, they say, sorry for my English,
and
good. Their English is better than mine.
Yeah, that is the thing, isn't it? It makes us need to step our game up, because otherwise... did you see that clip of commentators being translated into other languages?
I did, and it concerns me.
We're in trouble. Yeah, people are coming for our jobs. So Cimarelli says he's here to race. I think that implies he's not going anywhere anytime soon. He's going to roll himself out there to try and become the king of the track with the 15 wins.
Yeah, Master Chiff 9292 in his Twitch chat is going to be going absolutely insane. We should get an interview with that guy, because he's been like... I imagine he's got a double monitor setup. He's got Mario's stream up on one screen. He's got our stream up on another screen, and he's just absorbing all the media he can.
Probably. I'm trying to just figure out though who's up next, and I think of course it's Cimarelli, but is it going to be Max Baumann who is going to roll out in that very purple next level racing machine? We are going to run out of colors at some point, aren't we, Joey?
We are. There's only so many of them, unless we start inventing colors, which is. It is possible. We could break light. We could find some new colors today.
You know what I do like? Look at that helmet. Look at that helmet.
How beautiful. It's all folded. It's all textured. That is a guy. Oh, and Arjuna's using the marker. I don't get the marker, folks. Only Arjuna gets access to the telestrator, and he's just shoving it in my face.
Can I write and talk at the same time? Is the problem? Not legibly.
Arjuna. You turned the R and the J into a rectangle, so I didn't know what it said.
This is more difficult than it seems, folks. There.
You scared me when you started a word with P.O.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, I was just trying to say I have all the power. Much like Jeremy Clarkson once did.
Yeah, that's a feeling I get every week, folks. Arjuna, he's a dictator. He's a hard taskmaster. I'm oppressed over here.
Have you watched the show Taskmaster, by the way?
Of course, I watch Taskmaster every week.
What a fantastic show it is. Highly recommend it.
Good television.
Mario Cimarelli did say he was going, didn't he? He was here for the race.
He did say he was going, but I don't know. Maybe that was there a translation difference in what he said? I don't know, but he's
left the session from what I can see and rejoined. I'm not sure 100% what's going on.
I gotta look. Oh, I can see on his Twitch stream he's loading back into the session. I think there was some confusion, but I think he is coming back.
Language barriers sometimes just playing their part. Again, don't forget, we still need to get 5 more wins, if I'm doing my math correctly, for Cimarelli before we can find out what this unannounced product is. I think Maestro is just counting down the moments before he can do that. Let's be real.
Yeah, I wonder what Maestro's up to. We know he's down there in Australia. What's he doing? Is he eating fairy bread? Is he going down to Bunnings? What's he up to in the middle of these races?
I appreciate that you know what Bunnings is.
Another trip to Bunnings.
That's a decent cut there. If you're watching on Next Level Racing, do let us know where you're watching on from, by the way. Always cool to see where the Next Level Racing community finds itself around. Of course, we saw Rylan Richards slightly earlier on. He was out in the Next Level Racing iRacing edition rig that we saw on his stream. Daniel Harris, you did comment on the amount of trash in the background, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, I can't talk if the green screen wasn't here behind me.
Take it down!
If you didn't see that dark black abyss, there's bottles and there's tissues. It's a small room. I got to do some cleaning.
Here's a look at the wall of faces, by the way. Rylan Richard in the top left, second from the top. You can see the Next Level Racing logo just peeking up from behind. A couple of drivers in virtual reality, including Max Bowman, who is below Rylan Richard and has got the headset off, and he's trying to, I think, figure out what's going on. I must say, he's given us a better camera angle. Look all the way on the right-hand side. You see the left hand of one of our drivers, Joey?
I do. They didn't want to reveal their face. I was looking at the guy all the way on the bottom left, though. He had like a Tron-looking VR thing that he's since taken off, but that was bizarre.
Which bottom left are we talking?
The orange shirt guy.
Ah, Mr. Pringles 947. There it is. It's a Pimax, by the way.
A what?
A Pimax.
Is that? I don't know what that is.
It's a Pimax.
The Pimax.
It's a Pimax.
Evidently, I need to learn more about VR headsets. I didn't know that existed.
You need to come join us on the iRacing Off-Road Championship Series, where some of the Nitro Circus sim racing drivers, who of course are part of the Next Level Racing family, also have the Pimax VR headsets, which, like you say, are quite Tron-like, but part of the reason why is because they give you such a wild and wide field of view. So indeed, it is going to be Bowman in the VR that rolls on behind a Cimarelli, who does gamble the Next Level Racing prize pack. We're on to stage 6 of a potential 15 for Cimarelli.
Yeah, putting it to the test. Look at that. That's regular old VR. That's no Pimax. He's got a very odd glass object on the left. Hopefully that gives him good luck.
Is that a coffee machine? It might be something like that.
That looks like the pitch experiment where they tested how long it would take for a pitch drop to happen.
I mean, it does look like something out of a chemistry lab more than anything, let's be real. And as we get underway, it's another half-decent jump. And this is the advantage, of course, of being that lead car, is you can build at least 3-4 car lengths. It doesn't help when you maybe send it a bit wide. Bowman tries to overcompensate, though, in response, as they both almost run their way onto the grass. Stage 6 underway. The 2-lap dash sees them both trying to get some temperature into the tires.
This is the closest anybody's really been through the first couple of corners, but after those first couple of corners, after Mario has kind of gotten things back under him, he's gotten back going, he's got multiple car lengths. He's multiple car lengths in comfort right now. He can back off a little bit, he can make a mistake, and he'll be fine. It's a similar story to all those previous races. He's able to put out this huge buffer, and he's able to basically make sure that lap 2 doesn't even matter for him.
Mario Cimarelli has the second fastest lap time, but lap time doesn't really matter when you're able to run and frustrate. Bowman's lap time doesn't even account technically, so he ran himself off the track just a little bit wide out of turn 1 and 2 as well in this radical SR8, and almost bobbles over the curb. Right-hand drive machining. I wonder how unique that is for some of these drivers that are more used to left-hand drive. Bowman loses the rear end, and Cimarelli is about to walk away with the stage 6 victory.
Yes, he is. Poor old Max. We don't even know if we were saying his name right. Was it Bowman? Was it Bauman? Was it Boffman? Unfortunately, we'll never realize, because old Cimarelli, he's done it again. Maestro's gonna be jumping up and down.
I feel like I've commentated on Max before, and I've said his name a billion different ways, so I apologize in advance for saying it wrong once again, but indeed it is Cimarelli that grabs the victory in stage number 6, and now he's getting used to it. He does some donuts as well. Let's go over and check in with Maestro, who's still doing his little dance over quite a ways away from where that important green button is. And so stage 6 comes to an end. We're ready to go for stage number 7. We're rolling through things, all things considered, but we're, 40 minutes or so into the on-track action, and so far, Joey, we haven't seen a single moment of drama that's needed our race control powers, or anyone really being able to displace Cimarelli from the front.
No, but Maestro's running out of dances. He's gotta think of some new moves, or else he falls at the risk of being like all of us and aging out of being relevant and running out of new ideas.
Speak for yourself. I mean, I've just got bad commentary lines for days.
I mean, I've not reached the end yet, but entropy comes for us all.
Nah, this is the thing. You got to remember, you can repeat yourself a lot.
You can, and I learned today about the Library of Babel, which is a website where they generate every single combination of characters. So theoretically, a lot of it's just gibberish.
Right.
It's like a 320 character block or something, and you generate a random one. It's just like X2, 9, whatever. But theoretically, in every single combination of 320 characters, there will be just actual words. It's like the monkeys and typewriters thing.
Interesting. So it'll be Nora Fani that is up next. Must say, I'm loving some of these helmets that are on display. Do you have a custom helmet, Joey?
My helmet in iRacing is just solid highlighter yellow, so it stands out in the broadcast.
Oh. Cimarelli's jumped out of the car again. Oh, he's back with his Valentino Rossi helmet.
I mean, that's another helmet that's easy to pick out. Even if he's in a car, you're gonna look at that and you're gonna see, hey, that's the Rossi helmet.
Isn't there like a bunny on the top of it or something like that? I think there's something weird on it. Anyway, back out for warm-up lap / formation lap, 2 flying laps, and then back down to pit lane before we do it all over again. And again, it's the winner of stage 10 that will allow us to unveil this unreleased Next Level Racing product. I feel much like a showman right now, you know?
I feel like the greatest showman. I feel like I'm living my dream of hosting a game show. And could Nora Fani finally be the driver we get to cheer on doing the beating? I am not sure.
We've got to get to the 10th victory, and then we can start seeing some stuff, in my opinion.
Only 2004 iRating, so I don't know if this is going to go Nor's way, but Nordschleife a world record in Assetto Corsa in the Red Bull X1, so you never know what could happen.
Oh, interesting, and that's a pretty violent beast to tame, and not too dissimilar in terms of a prototype sort of a car. So what we see here, it's again another long hold that we see, and away we go. This is a much bigger gap that we're going to see build before they even get to the line. There's the look at Nora Fani trying to chase down with the headset on, the wheelbase locked into place, and classic sim racer lean going as well.
Yeah, I don't think his iRating really tells the story very well, because he's listed out his accomplishments, made it in the top 800 in the Americas in the FIA F4 Regional Tour, and there was a mistake. Mario Cimarelli there. That's going to open the door for Fani to at least get in within a couple of car lengths and capitalize if there's another mistake.
They both got a vicious snap, though, over the top of the crest, and now Fani pushes out wide, but this is about as close as Daniel Harris was coming down out of the final corner. Fani bounces over the inside curve but builds that momentum, and this is the biggest challenge that Cimarelli's had to deal with. Long way around for the blue of Fani. Brave under the brakes, pinches as well, wiggles around, brings it back under control, but Cimarelli controls the action for the time being with still half the lap to go.
Remember, these tires are still freezing cold. A lap around here isn't even a minute long in an ideal condition, so you're still getting understeer, especially if you're on the outside like that. He knows with the smile, he knew he wouldn't be able to make that work around the outside, so he's got to make it work in one of these final 2 corners and hope once again that Cimarelli gets a little bit of understeer and misses the corner like he just did there.
And this is going to be a drag race, but if you can park it on the apex out of this final corner, I think you might just be able to do enough. Who's going to be able to win? Slingshot to the line, but not enough for Fani. It is going to be Cimarelli that continues the streak, and it's now stage 7 victory that goes his way. Oh, come on. Come on, Maestro.
Nope. Maestro, no. He's denying us.
He's really frustrating us, isn't he?
No, I'm feeling like I need a release. I need you to help me here, Maestro. I'm going to go insane. I'm stewing in my own thoughts waiting for you to press that button.
So it's what? I never trust a commentator's math, but 3 more wins before we get to find out what this new product is from Next Level Racing, before potentially Mario Cimarelli will walk away with the very first one?
Theoretically. By my count, the numbers 8, 9, and 10 are 3 numbers, but that could be wrong.
I'm just saying as well. There is still a chance, Next Level Racing, that you can send out units to Joey and myself before you send it out to potentially Mario, whoever wins. You know, we could be the first people to get this, whatever it is. Whether it's a new granola bar, whether it's a protein powder, sim racing energy drink.
I just want the granola bars.
I mean, sim racing cookies. How about that?
Oh, that's good too. I'll take the protein powder, but I'm not going to turn it into a protein shake. I'm going to mix it into concrete and make a Next Level Racing wall.
These are the kind of things you have to deal with when you work with Joey enough. It's painful.
This is why I'm not in the merch committee. I got too many big ideas.
You mean bad ideas?
Now you can be big and bad at the same time. Just ask Goliath.
Nice, nice. Okay, so who's up next for Mario Cimarelli? Trying to figure out based on the numbering. Might be Giuseppe Lafaro. 5,800 iRating. That might be an interesting challenge. What's Mario's chat like right now, Joe? I gotta ask.
He's actually got some new people coming in. Lord David 92 has come in. Big fans of the number 92 in this chat, apparently. And Lechius is here. And he says Spaccatutti. I don't know what I just said there, and I hope it wasn't something I shouldn't have said, but Master Chief says in English, Italian socks, in all caps.
Italian socks?
Italian socks.
Okay. Is Mario wearing Italian socks?
No, he's actually wearing Coca-Cola racing socks.
Interesting. I mean, those are good socks to be wearing.
Yeah, I really wish we had a way to if we could suck his feed out of Twitch, because he's in like a whole setup. He's got like...
No, don't blow up my computer. Don't you do it!
Blow the tires!
Marin Boris as well. He's done one thing. He's done a nice 360, and he's heated up the tires quite nicely as well.
But this is going to be really confusing, Arjuna, because we've got a green and black car and a green and black car. I guess we just have to remember that Giuseppe Lafaro is or Marin Boras, rather, is the second one.
We've run out of colors, haven't we?
Yeah, we've gone through the whole Roy G. Biv.
Can we go to CMYK now?
I don't think we've seen a yellow car yet. I don't think we've seen a red car yet. I think we've seen a lot of blue cars.
Remember, they had 150-something sign-ups. They had to take a random selection of about 50 of something of them. And so not every color maybe is going to show up in equal measure. That's an interesting wheel with an LED light right in the middle of it. And the maybe worrying thing for me when I see a room like this is I always find it must be quite uncomfortable to race with no lights around you.
Well, Marin Boras racing in the Central to Eastern Europe region, so it's probably the middle of the night for him. So maybe maybe he's just trying to keep his circadian rhythms going. He only has 24 iRacing starts to his name, so good luck at number 25, buddy.
Yeah, this is a trial by fire, isn't it? So it's not Giuseppe Lafaro. Instead, it's Marin Boras that tries to displace Mario Cimorelli from the front of the field, but Cimorelli doing a pretty good job to continue on these opening laps, not put too many feet wrong. Yes, he's had an odd moment here and there where he's ran a bit wide, but never really opened up an opportunity, and we've seen many of the cars behind have their spins and have their incidents, but not the case for your leader up the front. So that was very committed from Boras in trying to close the margin down. Look at the look of focus on his face as well.
Doing a little bit of rallycross there, though. We know rallycross is popular in his part of the world. He's hopping curbs. He's hopping grass, though. He's not hopping Cimorelli, though. I hope you enjoy one more Lime Rock lap here, because unfortunately, that's probably going to be your last one today, Marine. I'm so sorry.
I didn't realize the radical spat flames out the back of it.
No, I love it. We usually only see that with the McLaren GT3, but I'm here for more fire all the time.
Yeah, more fire equals happier commentators, doesn't it, for the most part?
Yeah.
Yeah, this radical's not bad, although I did mention it earlier. Joey, do you ever get into the sim and find that it's weird driving a right-hand drive car?
Yes, because, I don't know, for this car especially, I feel like the wheel should just be in the middle, but it's not.
No, you know why they don't have that? Because they have two-seater versions of certain radicals. I heard, by the way, Marin slide off the track, and it is a Stage 8 victory that goes the way of Cimorelli, who has been unstoppable since he jumped into the car. And come on, Maestro, come on! 2 more victories to go.
I was just looking in the Italian Twitch chat again, by the way. There was a word. I finally understand an Italian word in the chat. Unfortunately, it's one Italian word I can't say on this channel.
Oh, no. I know what it is as well, probably.
It's one of them.
2 wins to go in what's been a quite fun hour so far, underway for the Next Level Racing King of the Track. And it's, again, going to be after Stage 10 that... we'll get to find out, potentially, what this new Next Level Racing product is. Only Maestro really knows so far. Wonder what Maestro thinks of that new Next Level Racing go-karting rig, which looks quite fun. I was thinking that I've been wanting a rig for my living room, mainly so I can guilt-free go and play things like Forza Horizon and all sorts of non-sim games out there. The go-kart rig looks like quite a fun way to do it. The only problem is, Joey, you know that I'm a tall person.
You are a tall person, and I think you should get into the sim stuff instead. We want to get you back in sim racing. We're going to get you back in iRacing.
Nah.
We're going to get you in a league.
Nah.
We're going to finally have you be... You're going to be the commentated instead of the commentator for once.
Nah, no. I'm not letting myself be the target of any more ire from commentators, is what I have decided.
I have so much ire ready.
I know. You've got puns ready, is what you really
I've got
have.
ire for days. I live in Ireland.
There you go. The puns are coming. The puns are coming. How do we get Joey out of here?
I actually don't live in Ireland, guys. That was a lie. That was a lie.
5% off again on the USA store by heading to nextlevelracing.com using the promo code KOTT. Trying not to pick up the Go-Kart Plus right now as I look at it on my laptop just alongside me, but we're waiting to see who Cimarelli is going to be challenged by for stage number 9. 2 more races to go before he's got another decision to make as well, Joey. This is what is a lot of fun. After stage 5, Mario won a Next Level Racing merch pack. He decided to put that aside, to risk it all, and to keep going and racing. And come stage 10, and potentially a victory there, Mario will have the same decision to make. A win in stage 15 would give him 1,000 Australian dollars.
And I did do the conversion. 1,000 Australian dollars is about 650 US dollars. But now things are suddenly complicated because I have to convert that back to Italian money, which would be euros, and I don't know what that conversion is. This is what I get for not looking at enough. I don't know how. I don't watch CNBC enough. They always have the conversion rates and the charts and stuff.
So,
but I don't look at it.
So new addition coming to RaceSpot TV is another 2 green machines, by the way, roll on out. It's Dwayne Kober as well as Cimarelli that will go once more. A ticker at the bottom of the screen with currency conversion rates, Joey, just for you.
Yes, please, and have like the stocks going by so I can see all the weird ones. I'd love that. It's like Coco Melon for old people.
Who's that person on CNBC that you should do the opposite of what he says?
Jim Cramer?
Yeah. Let's just, we need a section like that, but we got to just make sure explicitly that it's 100% parody. And Joey, you and myself can get dressed up much like Saturday Night Live!
Oh, no!
Oh, Dwayne Kober, keep it out of the wall? Just about.
Nice. Move him on for that. What a save. I hope Mario's ready to back off here, because he's gonna have to wait a couple of moments to get this other race going.
I mean, Mario has been doing the back off tactic when we've been looking at him anyway. There's a look at Dwayne Kober, who doesn't look too perturbed by that half spin. Looks over his shoulder, tries to figure out where Mario's gonna slot alongside, and now when he's gonna go and get this race underway. Ooh, comes to a dead halt there for a second. Always love the racing drivers, both in the real and virtual worlds. Finger on the gear shifter, ready to go as soon as the moment demands it. Focus on the face. And Cimarelli gets us going, Joey.
Here we go again. See what Dwayne can do. Into turn 1. How late in the brakes is he going to be? Oh, there's another bobble through turn 1 for Mario. Every single time through turn 1, Mario gets very wide, so if anybody can actually get a better start and stay alongside with him into turn 1, they may actually have a chance to pounce. But Dwayne Kober already getting a little bit out of shape through turn 3, understeer through turn 4, and that may be his chances over already. He's just shaking his head, and now all he can do, once again, it's the old story. It's hoping for Mario to make a mistake in the next lap and a half.
A little bit tight there on the inside, but able to hold it over the top of the crest down to the final corner. They will go again, 2-lap dash, and this is the 9th stage of the running so far. There is the potential, of course, for Mario Cimarelli to grab the victory here, to grab one more victory after this, and then to break the bubble and to allow us to all find out exactly what Maestro's been hiding behind his veiled curtain down under. In through the opening sector, nice and tidy, working hard on the wheel as well for both drivers so far, but Cimarelli keeps it on the thick and narrow. Dwayne Kober just holds on to things as well.
And he's doing some rallycross. That's going to help him if we do a rallycross event in the near future. I'm looking at his iRacing license, a rookie on dirt roads, so maybe that one off-road moment is going to inspire him into a new iRacing career.
To the line, though, comes Mario Cimarelli. It's going to be stage 9 that goes his way. He is just one victory away from a very special Next Level Racing prize. Let's check in with Maestro. Come on. Come on. Oh, tantalizingly close. And it was a look up towards the camera that's the most frustrating.
He just hates us. We got to think between us, Arjuna. Think of our enemies, put them in a Venn diagram. Whoever's in the middle of that's Maestro.
That's Ben Collins is who it is, you know?
Maybe.
It's probably not Ben Collins. You know who Ben Collins is, right?
I do know who Ben Collins is.
Good.
I think it might be Perry McCarthy. But Perry McCarthy's not my enemy. I've never met that guy.
Oh, we're having a lot of fun here on the Next Level Racing channels, and we are potentially just one win away again from finding out what they've been hiding behind the curtain. But I'm going to step aside for a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll find out if Mario Cimarelli has done enough to win Stage 10 and to break the curtain behind Maestro's background.
Permission to engage with the test conducted snatch, over.
Welcome back along towards the Next Level Racing King of the Track as we get ready to go for not Stage 9, but for Stage 10. It's Mario Cimarelli that continues to be the Conqueror Supreme of Lime Rock in a Radical SR8, but it's not all done and dusted. There is still plenty of fight left to come. Arjuna Kankipati alongside with Joey Tebben as we continue to work our way through all of the action. And Joey, we've been having a lot of fun.
We've made a new best friend in Mario Cimarelli, and he is going to be gunning for one of those big prizes. He's only got what, 2 races to go now? I've already forgotten how many races he won. That's how dominant he's been.
1 race now. I think we're in Stage 10.
Okay, there we go. See, I've already forgotten about the numbers. I'm happy though, because look at that. That's a red car finally. It's not a double green car battle for the first time.
I pressed the wrong button at the start. It is indeed Stage 10 that they're rolling out for right now. So Giuseppe Lafaro is going to be the one doing the chasing. Once again, Mario Cimarelli going to be the one that runs in front. And while Mario still is yet to give us his webcam feed, you know who has given us his webcam feed? Well, the one and only Giuseppe Lafaro. And look at him with the widescreen ready to go and now pulling alongside of Cimarelli.
Kind of ironic that Mario's in the green car and the red car is Giuseppe, and sort of Luigi. I want to root for Giuseppe Lafaro as the underdog, but he was born in 2005, and I don't think that's allowed.
When were you born, Joey?
I was born in 2000, so I'm 5 years older than this guy. I'm practically a boomer at this point.
Yeah, and I'm 6 years older than you. Just remember that.
Yeah.
I feel very old right now. Anyway, on board with LaFaro, who through the first couple of corners had held quite closely, but just for a moment onto the brakes a little too much, brought too much momentum out of the car. And now to try and close that gap, back over the crest they go. Both of them nice and tidy and pushing the limits, it's fair to say. Yeah, Cimarelli's not been having it all his own way, but he's one lap away potentially from winning an unannounced Next Level Racing product.
Giuseppe's had a good exit out of the final corner, though. He's still got about 5 car lengths between him and Mario, but if he can get a little bit closer, Mario has made at least one mistake every single lap. He's gone wide. He's missed a corner a little bit. He's been fast while doing that, but he hasn't been perfect. So if you can keep him under pressure, if you can be right behind him, the door may just open. I still think he's in control enough, and he is so good through this little chicane section in turns 3 and 4 that it's he's going to need to be another part of the track where you pass him.
That was a bit of a slip up wide there for LaFaro, just trying to push, but look at how Cimarelli, even with 2,000 iRating compared to the 5,800 of LaFaro, shows that it's just a number. It doesn't tell you all. And just one more corner to go. Will it be a drag race to the line?
It might just be. You need a good exit out of the final corner, and LaFaro's got that. You need to be a little bit closer if you're going to make the drag race happen, though. You need to be within at least a car length, and he was about 3 back.
Well, stage 10 goes the way of Mario Cimarelli, and he will celebrate with some more donuts. He's becoming quite adept at doing this, all things considered, although that was maybe not the best of his attempts so far today. But 10 victories so far, and I think it means that Maestro is finally ready to hit the green button. Come on, Maestro! And here's the new Next Level Racing GT Racer cockpit. It looks fantastic. Maestro does his little dance and everything that goes on. Let's go learn a little bit more about this product. Oh, and it was so exciting that the video cut out on us. Maestro's so hyped about everything, but Joey, the GT Racer, is here. And Mario's going to be the very first person to have won one. Let's go and have a chat with him.
Let's do it again. Mario, welcome back. 10 wins. How many more can you go for? 5 more?
Yes. I tried.
Good. Good, simple answer. I love that. How much fun have you been having, though? You've been having, like, 2-lap runs. How has it been in the car?
Okay, I don't understand maybe the answer, but if the answer is on the track, on the car, I love this car, and I can go very strong. Sorry for my English, because this track for me it's similar at the Nürburgring, because we have up and down. And I can go too strong with this car.
You understood me perfectly. We'll let you go back, Mario. Good luck in the next 5 races.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
He's going again, Arjuna. He's doing it.
And so he's going to risk the new GT Racer for the chance to win 1,000 Australian dollars as well. Let's talk to you a little bit more about this GT Racer, though, because boy, is it exciting to see a brand new product unveiled, a game changer for entry-level simulators. It's got a full suite of features with its premium reclining leather and suede seat sliders, great for tall people like me, integrated shifter, handbrake, and all sorts of pedal mounts as well, capable of competing with forces up to 13 Nm and compatible with all your favorite Thrustmaster, Logitech, Fanatec, and Moser wheel braces, and available at a very, very attractive starting price of $399 US. And of course, regional pricing can be found at nextlevelracing.com. I believe that's available now. So go on to nextlevelracing.com and see if you can pick one up if that's something that you'd like.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that is the only product that's going to be announced. So if somebody else hits 10 wins, there's not going to be a second product announced unless they take my advice and they whip up a new product in the next hour or so. And if somebody else gets 10 wins, we get Next Level Racing dental cement.
Let's see if we can dial up that video for a second time. I want to see more about the Next Level Racing GT Racer. And there is a very, very happy Maestro. You can almost see the helmet coming off him. He's so happy right now, Joey.
Yeah, can we reveal him? Look at him. He's throwing his hands up. I thought he was going to be taking his helmet out, but no, it's not happening. And it looks like we've got cars wheeling out here. Mario's back, but there's 3 cars rolling out, and I think we're going to have to kick one of them off the track before we go.
There has been a few moments of confusion up and down, but indeed it is ready to go for stage 11. And again, just a reminder, Mario needs to win 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 to be able to grab the 1,000 Australian dollars as well. I'm sure Joey is doing the conversion once again between all the different
600
currencies.
euros.
There you go. But the thing to remember is, if he doesn't get to that 15th win, he's not going home with the GT Racer anymore. He's given that up. He's risked it all to go for the big prize.
Well, if you think about it, he hasn't actually lost anything, because he hasn't won anything yet. Theoretically, everything that's happened until this point is Monopoly money. It's not real. The only real thing is that prize he gets if he goes for 15 wins, so he has nothing to lose. He might as well do it.
I mean, are you telling me you wouldn't want that very lovely GT Racer?
I would, but if you think about it, you don't actually have that right now. It just exists. You don't have it unless you give up. Right now, you're still playing.
Giuseppe Lafaris had just put into the virtual paddock, by the way. That was really difficult for him to try and get past, and so we'll have to see how it goes for Austin Runkel, who is the next up to try and displace Mario from the front. Again, 2 green machines, by the way. And another nice jump and a shake of the head instantly from Austin, who thinks that he's lost out several car lengths on the initial start.
Somebody's gonna need to figure out what to do with Mario on the start, because this has been every single race so far that he's just absolutely mullered whoever was behind him on the start. You need to be on the button. You need to be following him on the start and getting a jump. And I hope everybody who's going to be going up against him in the near future has been watching that and studying that, because you gotta do some work on the start to catch him.
You can see that Austin's trying to keep it in a higher gear, but it doesn't work out, and well, that's a big slam into the wall, and stage 11 is going to go the way of Mr. Mario. We need to come up with a nickname for him at this point, Joey.
I like Mr. Mario.
Mr. Mario. I mean,
Dr. Mario's already taken, so Mr. Mario, here we go.
Yeah, but it feels, I don't know, boring. Maybe our chat can chime in. Maybe they have some suggestions. Maybe. Whoa! That was close.
That was close. He can afford to push now, though. He can basically crash himself and still win. So he can go for some records here if he wants to.
You say that, but even with the damage on the front end, Austin Runkel is out there and trying to finish. So if Mario makes a mistake, stage 11 is not all his as he gets ready to head down to the final corner for the 11th time so far today in terms of full races.
Yeah, I'm trying to look up other people named Cimorelli, and I've only got one. He's an Italian sculptor, so we could have the new most notable Cimorelli in the world here.
Well, we're becoming quite accustomed to this. Mario Cimorelli wins once more, but what does Maestro have to say? Come on! It's that look towards the camera again.
You already hit the button. You don't control me anymore, Maestro. You don't control my life. I've moved on.
I've got to say, that Next Level Racing racing suit does look quite slick. Who do you think it is? Who do you think they spun the wheel inside the Next Level Racing office and said, you know what, your job today is go in the studio and have some fun?
I think it's former Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say a former Australian cricket player.
No, I don't know any of those.
Yeah. That's how we know you're not cultured enough.
No, I know Virat Kohli.
Oh, okay. So you know him. There you go.
And I know Sachin Tendulkar.
So you know the Indian cricket players. You don't actually know any of the Australian ones. Come on, you must know. You must.
Freddie Flintoff.
No, he's English.
Waltzing Matilda.
You must know Warney. Come on.
No, Jiminy Cricket.
Nah, he was back in the day.
I got nothing else. I don't know. I don't even know any. I should know some AFL players. I got nothing. I'm embarrassing myself in front of all of Australia.
Joey knows nothing because we get ready to go for stage number 12. It's going to be again Mario Cimarelli. That part I think everyone is becoming quite normal for people to just assume at this point. I want to make sure I get this name correctly. Another fantastic helmet, by the way. Wow, some of these drivers really do have some amazing lids for their virtual race cars. Thor Tullo.
That's what I would say. Thor Tullo. That's an incredible name. I imagine his parents are probably of Scandinavian heritage, and they decided to pass it down to him. He's got some big accomplishments. SCCA runoffs on iRacing P3, Majors 24, split 8 P3, but you know still a podium all the same. He's done some good stuff.
And he's once again alongside, and this is the challenge that you mentioned. How do you deal with the start? Not a bad jump, all things considered, in that iRacing shirt for Thor. Tullo in through the opening corner. Oh, look at the wheel, really fighting against him as the bumpy opening corner works its way through. I believe these cars have no power steering as well, if I remember off the top of my head correctly as well. So that's definitely something that will factor in as well. Oh, you got to be careful though through this part of the track. Don't want to let the car slip out too wide, but all under control so far.
And you know what else Thor Tullo has? He has the world record at Lime Rock Classic in the Formula V. That tells you how different this car truly is to an open wheel car, though, that he has the world record in a slow open wheel car. Can't quite match Mario in a fast pseudo prototype, unfortunately.
It's a beast of a machine, isn't it? One more lap to go in stage number 12. We're inching closer and closer to seeing stage 15 and potentially a clean sweep of the prizes for Mario Cimarelli, one of the first drivers to have gotten the chance, of course, to run the gauntlet at the Next Level Racing King of the Track, but Tullo closes. A couple of car lengths between them into the middle sector.
He's there. That's exactly where he needs to be. If one of those Mario bobbles does come, he needs to be there to pounce. Remember how close Daniel Harris was? Remember how close Giuseppe Lafaro was? Remember how close a couple others were? That's how close Thor Tullo is right now. So if there is a missed corner from Mario through the final corner, this is the best exit we've seen out of anybody from Thor. He's going to have a chance coming to the line, and he's going to get understeer out of the final corner.
He gave it a try. You can see as well the smile. He left it all out there, that's for sure, but the streak continues in stage 12 now. Goes the way of Mario Cimarelli, and as he resets back to pit lane, no donuts this time. What does Maestro have? What does Maestro have in store? Oh, come on! Maestro, that's just not fair.
No, that was aggressive. I feel violated.
I think we need to see that one again, you know?
Ugh, I feel gross. Good hand control to not hit that button. He should start playing the guitar.
He was very careful. He did not want to hit the prize. He knew it would come out of his salary if he did. Let's not forget.
I'm going to see Maestro in my nightmares. I'm going to wake up tomorrow morning and I'm going to have a sleep paralysis demon wearing a black suit and a helmet.
Hey, you know who I got to meet a couple of weeks ago, a couple of months ago now at this point? Bebendum himself. Not Maestro, but Bebendum.
Oh, his angel co-mascot, whatever, his equivalent.
Yes, Mr. Bebendum himself. I must say, I'm a fan of Bebendum.
I do like him. I'm a fan. He's a friendly guy. I want to meet him, but yeah, I'm just traumatized by Maestro right now. If the Michelin Man comes out, I'll feel much better. But right now, I'm in a low place.
Well, we are slowly, by the way, inching towards the halfway mark of this Next Level Racing King of the Track, and that's an important number because I think it represents sort of a cliff point where, based on the speed that we've seen so far, I don't know how many drivers are going to get the opportunity to get to 15, let alone get to 10. And so that's something that will be at the forefront of the mind of various drivers. So I think Mario Cimarelli is going to be up next against, I think it's just going to be, I heard an engine fire into life, so we're about to find out exactly who it is. Might be Drew Guthrie, might be Noah Carpenter. Here's the onboard look with the 47 machine, who instantly jumps out of the car, so that doesn't help us.
Is he going to get back in? Or is Noah Carpenter going to get back in? All we can do is wait. Race control is shouting at both of them, but neither of them are in their cars, and some other people are dropping in on pit lane. It could be anybody right now. It could be you at home who's in this next heat.
Do you want to go, Joey?
I could take this green screen down and plug it in, but it looks like it's going to be Drew Guthrie after all.
So here we go, out of Georgia. A couple of fantastic racing venues there. Atlanta Motorsports Park, Road Atlanta, Lanier Speedway, so many more. Here we go. That's a lot of wiggling, I must say, for the chasing Drew Guthrie. Let's go see the background of Mr. Guthrie, and let's check in with Detective Tebben. What is that? Can you figure that out?
It's a poster of something.
Is it a poster?
It is. It looks like there's a helmet there, but he's playing a dangerous game with that solid color background. If any of Drew Guthrie's friends are watching right now, chroma keys are very easy to do on a video editing software of your choice, so have fun.
You're a bad influence, Joey.
You gotta do it. You gotta do it.
This is some proper tire warming going on here, I'll just point out, because you can already see Cimarelli's in the final corner and slowing down and waiting for Drew Guthrie to close back up, which he does now. It's going to be the green versus the blue, and still the tire warming goes on. Got to try and get the start. That's what seemingly no one has been able to get, the pressure initially into turn number one.
See, can he match him up? Crawling, and then a burst of speed is going to come at the time Drew Guthrie least expects it. There it is. And Drew did a good job of sticking with him more than some others. He's only lost about 3 car lengths into turn one. Still could have been better, though, and he's got to make up some ground already.
So we're into stage 13. After this, 3 more races, or rather 2 more races to go before Mario Cimarelli gets to the top of the mountain, and we will knock him off and see who else can rise with him. There's a good battle so far, all things considered, as Guthrie holds him quite honest. Only 1,700 iRating, D-Class license, so somewhat new to the world of iRacing, but that's never something that you should really judge someone off. It's how they drive, how they deliver their speed, and so far, opening lap, it's close, but not close enough.
No, it's not been bad, but he did miss the corner in turn 5, got some pretty hellacious understeer, and now he's hoping for turn 1. He's hoping that Mario isn't so comfortable with Lime Rock right now that he does still make a mistake, but it doesn't happen. Perfect line through turn 1. Does miss the curb, but sometimes you want to do that to go a little bit wider and turn in to get the late apex on turn 2. Then into turn 3 here. It's a longer corner than you really think it is. You think it's going to be tighter and narrower than it is, but you've got to search for an apex in a sea of nothing, and then eventually you get to those final 3 corners on the track, all high speed, all high commitment, and all places where you can't afford a single mistake.
And now 2 more corners to go. It's close, but surely not close enough. We've seen some close-ish runs, but have seen no indication that a drag race to the line will benefit the car behind. Guthrie tries, but it's deja vu. Stage 13 goes the way of Mario Cimarelli. You might as well record that audio and play it back. What you can't play back, though, is what does Maestro have in store for us? Come on, come on. Oh!
Where did all that smoke come from? What's Maestro doing in there?
I mean, he's keeping us entertained is what he is doing. I'm quite jealous. He's got the most fun job in the world. Just sit there and wait to be cut to, and then do funny things.
Yeah, and he gets to be anonymous. He's like Banksy.
But do you want to be anonymous?
Maybe.
I mean, again, what's your social security number, Joey?
8675309.
There you go. We can make you as anonymous as you want now. Stage 14 is about to roll off. Again, 2 more races before Mario Cimorelli will cap out at the end of stage 15. And if he is able to win stage 15 as well, he gets the chance, or rather he will. Doesn't get the chance. He will win 1,000 Australian dollars in addition to the Next Level Racing merch pack and the GT Racer that he put aside and on hold effectively, waiting to go once again. Yeah, we are officially 90 minutes through the proceedings with 90-ish minutes to go, so it's been a slow roll so far for many of the drivers.
Yeah, I wonder who's going to be next, because there's still some big names that haven't gone out yet. We've seen the Daniel Harrises, and we've seen the Giuseppe Lafaros, but there's still a lot of people waiting who I think could be heavy hitters. And yeah, I hope somebody can put one last challenge into Mario. I hope he wins 15 races. That would be fun, but I want to see him fight for that last one. I want high drama.
Can you imagine him getting all the way to the 15th race and then losing?
I bet Maestro would like that.
Oh, Maestro would love it. Are you kidding me? The chance to do all those silly moves over again?
He's a masochist.
The thing with Maestro as well is, don't forget, he's got to do the same move every time for that, you know, stage coming to an end, you know?
He's like a ballet dancer, but I like this camera. I like we're scraping the track. We're basically feeling like the tire's getting warm. We're feeling like Tyler Blackburn's Michelin's? Goodyears? What are they running on these?
Hankooks is, I think, what they run on.
Well, I hope they're warm, because old Tyler Blackburn, he's going to make me break out my accent.
I mean, I don't know why he made you break out the accent, but...
It's from the Oceanic region.
Okay, sure, whatever, apparently. I don't see either of them, unfortunately, in the Zoom, so no cameras for us here today. So it's going to be just Blackburn versus Cimorelli and the wonderful sights of... What are we calling it? Connecticut's National Park of Speed?
Yes.
Oh, they'll be thrilled with that. Connecticut State Park of Speed, I think is probably more fitting. Away we go. Cimorelli with a nice jump, and Blackburn once again holds relatively steady. Remember, this is stage 14 that's underway. A win here, a win after this. Cimorelli's done, and 2 more drivers will get their opportunity to run from the very start. Only a couple of car lengths, though, split these 2 out of the opening sector.
Tyler did a good job through the first couple of corners. Did not get a great entry into turn 4, though. Scuppered his run onto this little bit of a back straight, and that's lost him a couple of critical car lengths up to Cimorelli. I think it's going to look a little bit like some of those races we saw before. Once he's got the tires under him, I think he's going to be strong on lap 2, but this is just simply too big of a margin. You need to be closer to actually get a chance into turn 1 to go at it, and I don't think Tyler Blackburn's going to be close enough to do that, but he's got one more lap to catch back up.
Here we go. In towards turn number 1, trying to close up. Now, I said that I didn't think Tyler Blackburn was giving us a zoom. Tyler Blackburn, maybe Mr. Pringles with the Tron-like screen on the top of his face, and just look at the focus. Runs a bit wide out of turn 3, tries to cut it back underneath, loses some ground up towards the crest in the middle sector.
Tyler Blackburn says his nickname is Pringles947, so add up all the things, number 947, that's him. That just added up to big understeer through turn 5, though, and almost getting into the wall.
That was very close. I got nervous there for a second. That is indeed not Drew Guthrie. No, that indeed is Tyler Blackburn. But to the line, it's going to be Mario Cimorelli that can't be stopped. It does seem as though staying at the, or rather starting at the front is a bit of a benefit. Stage 14 comes to an end, and so far only one driver has been able to stay out there for repeated occasions. Now, remember, this is the penultimate stage before we get to the cash prize. Surely Maestro's got something special for us, Joey.
His hand's a bird. The bird's trying to bite the button, and the bird didn't bite the button. Wow.
Would you hire Maestro? I mean, like...
I'm gonna have to take a class with this guy. He is showing acting skills like nobody's shown since Bogart. I'm gonna sign up.
Yeah, he has a unique skill set, is probably the way that we put it, right?
It's like a mime.
What's that? I have to go find the monologue. Wait, I'll be back. Give me a second.
All right, everybody. We're gonna sing a song, twiddle your thumbs, do something.
Here, if you're looking for dancers, I can tell you that I don't have 2 left feet, but what I do have are a very particular set of skills I have acquired over a very long career, skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. If you let me dance, go now, that will be the end of it. I will not look for you, I will not pursue you, but if you don't, I will look for you, I will find you, and I will dance on you.
Who is this?
That's a quote from Taken. You don't remember?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Mr. Neeson.
That is as it was written for the script, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah, with all the dancing bits and everything in there. So who is the person that might stop Mario Cimarelli from walking away with 15 victories and all the prizes as well? Say hello to Vinnie McDonald.
Vinnie McDonald. Kind of a UPS colored helmet with the brown and yellow. I'm struggling to find Vinnie McDonald on iRacing though, so I don't know anything about him, but he could be a surprise.
I don't see him in Zoom either, unfortunately, so we won't get to see what the look on his face is like. We also won't get to really differentiate the two cars because two green machines will do battle once more, but here we go. It's time to find out, can Cimarelli hold on to all the marbles? Good jump, we're underway. 2 more laps of the Next Level Racing King of the Track. Tidy through the opening corner, remember, it's only 2 laps. Tire's really not up to temperature. The last thing you want to do is make a mistake, and so far Cimarelli has not put a foot wrong.
Honestly, that was I was just going to say that was the best start anybody's had, sticking with Cimarelli in the start zone. And unfortunately, the Vintimidator has thrown it all the way through turns 3 and 4. He had a great start, and then the tires said, hey, you had a great start, that's great, but you're not going to do so great anymore.
There's still a lap to go. Helps if I don't mute myself behind the scenes. I mean, what more can you say about the performance that we've seen from Cimarelli? 1 more lap to go. And even Maestro can't stop him from grabbing 1,000 Australian dollars. How many euros is it again?
It is 599.99. So as close as you can get to exactly 600.
Nice.
Very nice. I bet that's deliberate. I bet the market's decided on that just for today to make that conversion as easy as possible.
They colluded. There's collaboration behind the scenes. That's what Joey's implying, right?
Italy and Australia. You never know what those guys are up to.
You can see McDonald pushing, but not going to get close enough. You can head to the Next Level Racing store to get 5% off by using the promo code KOTT, King of the Track. But it is Mario Cimarelli, the King of Lime Rock. 15 victories, a Next Level Racing merch pack, a Next Level Racing cockpit, and now 1,000 Australian dollars as well. And even Maestro himself cannot stop the prize from going the way of Mario. Oh, look at this.
That's some budget. That's some editing stuff right there. He didn't hit the button though.
That's a dance as well, if I've ever seen one.
Yeah. Book him on, I think Dancing with the Stars in Australia is just called Dancing with the Stars.
Sitting in that GT Racer, Maestro looks quite happy as well. I tell you what, Joey, he's the only driver we've talked to so far, so why don't you talk to him once again? Let's check in with Mario Cimarelli.
Why not? One more time. Congratulations, Mario. 15 wins in a row.
Hi.
How do you say 15 in Italian?
15.
15 Victorios?
Yes, 15 vittorie.
Well, congratulations. How good is that? That's 600 euros coming your way.
Grazie mille, grazie mille. I'm very happy. I love Next Level. I have all the set Next Level, and now I check to buy another pezzo, another. Okay, sorry for my English. Another. I don't have the word. Pezzo.
Well, Mario.
Yes. Okay.
We hope you'll get the money in the wire soon. Congratulations, and we'll see who can take over your top spot.
Okay. Thank you.
Mario Cimarelli. Falling off his throne, Arjuna. Who's going to be the new king? The second king in the line of succession?
Well, you say fallen off the throne. I think it's fair to say he naturally relinquished.
Yes, he relinquished it. He was not abdicated. He gave it up. He was forced to.
Yeah, but the problem is that we now have to head back all the way to the start of stage number 1, and so it's John Schwartz, it's Dario Frattini that will head on out there to do battle once again, and yeah, 15 wins. Remarkable, to think about, and Be curious to see if anyone is able to repeat the same level of dominance. So I believe that it is going to be Frattini that is in front, John Schwartz that is behind, and two very blue Radical SR8s. It's been a while though since we haven't seen a Mario on the track.
And for once, it's another driver who I've personally raced against. Me and John Schwartz raced against each other in the ARCA cars in a league in the past, and he was much faster than me, so I hope he does well here.
Just so that you look good, right?
Yes, exactly.
As one would expect. Good start there from Dario Frattini, though, as he gets his way in towards the opening corner. Here's the look on board, and look at all the things behind him.
So many things, so many books. I see M-A-G-R. Is that Magritte? Is this guy reading art textbooks?
Good question.
Very focused. Very focused. He's doing things artfully. So if he is a student of art, he's clearly applying that to this. This has been so smooth.
Just got to be smooth as well with the amount of power that these cars do have. Look at the way that his eyes dart across the road as he tries to spot his turn in. Bounces his way over that exit curb and now down through the final corner and back towards the line. We know how difficult it is to pass, and you can see John Schwartz really pushing the issue. An ARCA car is very different to a Radical SR8.
It is different, but he's doing a good job of sticking with not Dario Franchitti right now. He's doing a solid job, and he may have a chance here if there is one singular mistake from Dario. There's no mistake into turn 3 though, hugging the curb through turn 4. It's a very difficult corner. You get the littlest bit of understeer and you're done. But Mr. Basketball himself is just gonna have to hope for a bobble through the fastest corners at the end of the lap.
Well, bit of a bobble there for almost both of them as they came over the crest, and the aerodynamic properties of the car just slightly shifted around down towards the line and bouncing over the curb. John Schwartz pushes and pushes too hard. It will be Dario Frattini that grabs the victory in stage 1 as John Schwartz has a hellacious incident slightly further behind. But it means that as Frattini settles his way into that victory, he can go back and say hello to Mr. Maestro himself, I do believe. Come on. Oh.
What a shame. But we're still at a 100% Italian winning rate because we've moved from Mario retiring to another Italian, Dario, winning. We've gone from Mario to Dario. This is so uncreative. Somebody fire the script writers.
Where's Luigi?
Exactly. Mario, Dario, Wario's gonna come up next, I'm sure.
You were meant to say that that wasn't very creative either, but okay, I will not complain about you taking my very poor joke and running with it.
Yes.
These Radicals, you look from behind, by the way, look at those dive planes, look how close to the ground it is. If you didn't believe that they're aerodynamic prototype beasts, you best believe it.
Yeah, it's masterfully crafted, it's smooth, it's aerodynamic. I want to buy one of these. I don't know. I have a feeling the budget's going to be a little bit too high. I have a feeling I'm going to find some more cost-effective things on nextlevelracing.com, but maybe one day I'll be able to help them finance a Radical for me.
I tell you what, this is, I think, the first driver that I really recognize. Timo Rohde, the Mivano sim racing driver. He's not unfamiliar with being in a red car. He's back out in a red car once again. He's got 7,853 I rating. Now Dario has 6,000 I rating of his own, so by no means is Dario a slouch, but I'm going to be quite curious to see how things roll out for Timo, given that we traditionally see him in a GTP machine, most recently in the IMSA Esports Global Championship, where he didn't have a bad turn of speed in the Acura running under the CrowdStrike Racing label. Once again, the start, though, controlled by the driver out front. It's going to be a hold, it's going to be a hold, and Joey waiting to be released.
This is going to be interesting because it's two guys who aren't Mario Cimarelli, but it's still a pretty big jump from Frattini. The control car is always in control of the start. Unfortunately, he's just fallen into the abyss of blackness, and I hope that that doesn't bode badly for him.
No, that was the blackness of Timo Rohde, unfortunately. He was in the Zoom, but forgot to turn his webcam on.
Silly goose. But look at this. This is the closest we've seen anybody. This is the best battle we've literally seen all night. And Timo's looking forward to turn 5.
Had to back out of it, but almost got the race control watchers involved. Big slide over the top of the crest, but we're not done. We're not dusted. Not even at the end of the first lap, and both cars run off the track.
Little bit of rallycross. Timo's just throwing this car at it, but he's going to spin out of the final corner. Too much heat put into the tires, and that is going to be Dario Frattini, probably smiling pretty big right now. Or he just won't show any emotion whatsoever. What a sim racer.
He's still got to get through this next lap, let's not forget, and both these drivers have been pushing, so by no means is Dario in a comfortable spot. That gap could close in a moment, but we've just seen that, Joey, it's possible to fight.
It's possible to fight, but it's also possible that you have to push so hard to fight that you end up throwing yourself off the road, and that's exactly what happened to Timo Rawarda. You both need to be fast, and you need to be especially careful because these are very unorthodox races. Tires are cold the whole time. You're racing with a car that wants to spin on you every single lap, and even a guy who races at the top level of sim racing could not do it.
And so, stage 2 will now come to a close. And it means that there's the smile. Hey, there we go.
Finally, Mr. Dario, 2 times the winner. And I'm just going to hope that I get you to say Dario Franchitti at least one time accidentally.
You're not going to get me to do that. I have heard that Dario is a wonderful person to work with in the commentary booth. He is alongside Tom Brooks for the Formula E coverage, and worked with Tom for some Gran Turismo stuff, and he was talking just about how wonderful not just Dario is, but Alan McNish is as well. So Dario Frattini heads out there. Joey thought he had me for a second. And
if only I was Scottish.
And followed out there by someone that we've seen plenty of in the Prodigy Racing League. It's Mr. Jack Harrison himself, who has done all sorts of different things in the world of sim racing. Is he in I don't know what you'd call that chair, but a comfortable chair is what I would call it.
He's in a Skip Barber Racing School t-shirt, and he's sitting in a lounge chair. That's the life.
I do believe that Jack got to go and do some stuff in the Skip Barber Racing School, courtesy of iRacing and the Skip Barber Formula iRacing series. Got to compete in the FIA WRC Rally Shootout, or Rally Stars as well. Forget what that is off the top of my head, but he's very quick, he's very rapid, and I think he's going to put the pressure on to Dario Frattini as they get ready to go. Again, remember, the blue of Frattini's in control of this start, and Jack Harrison in the purple just has to wait and try and time this jump. Away we go, and let's see how it plays out.
Wasn't the best jump in the world, but he's within a little bit. He's probably about 3/10 back, I think, right now. And he's got to do what Timo Rawarda did and just pounce early. Put as much pressure on as possible as early as you can, because that's the only hope you have. You need to go for a move into turn 1 if you can. Harrison's going to understeer through turn 4 like everybody else. And yet again, dirty air and cold tires have been a terrible combination for any driver trying to follow in second place.
I like listening to these engine noises because you get the sense for how they're controlling the throttle. In cars like these, you've got to be careful with weight transfer, how it affects the aerodynamic balance, but it's not completely over. 1 lap to go, and Harrison's still in touching distance.
He's still there, and mistakes always come. Mario made a couple of mistakes in the lead when he won his 15 races earlier, but he never made race-ending mistakes. This is a different guy, though. He has 15 years of iRacing experience as well, though. So is this going to be the guy who makes a race-winning mistake? I don't think it is. I think he's on his way to surviving 3 more corners, but he's got to do that. He's got to do exactly that. He's got to survive. Be careful.
Don't want to make that mistake and slip off here. And we've seen, even that previous race, just how much they were pushing on their way down into the penultimate and final corners. I think Dario, though, has just done enough, as much as Jack had tried. It is that lead car that continues to stretch its advantage. It's Dario Frattini that is going to move on. Jack Harrison punched in the fastest lap, though, by the way, at the closing stages. Come on, Maestro. Come on!
It's really testing the knees there. That was a big jump. You should get into basketball.
That was not bad, was it?
You can get into basketball, Arjuna. You got the height for it.
So is that the end of stage 3 or stage 2? I've just lost count myself.
I think it's 3.
That's what I thought as well.
Because he beat Jack Harrison, he beat Timo Rawarda, and he beat that other guy.
That other guy. Look at you.
That other guy. Who was in the first race? I already forgot.
John Schwartz. Your
my
counterpart.
My old buddy Schwartzy.
I like how you forgot and I was able to remember.
I'm sorry, John.
But
That's what you get for beating me at the Milwaukee Mile.
nice, there you go. You never forget about losing a race to someone.
I don't
do
even
you?
think he did. I think I beat him. I think he crashed.
Nice. Stage 4 is going to be up next. Stage 5 is going to be where after that, if Dario Frattini wins, he will win a Next Level Racing merch pack, and then he will have the choice whether he wants to keep going, whether he wants to put that aside and leave it potentially to be unclaimed if he loses before he wins another prize and is able to bank them all. It will be Joey Tebbin that asks the hard questions to figure it all out. About 10 minutes away from the top of the next hour, and then 60 minutes before we'll close out this inaugural Next Level Racing King of the Track. And must been a fun format. Hope you've all been enjoying it as well. And you can head to nextlevelracing.com, use the coupon code KOTT to get 5% off whatever purchases you can find. So Chi Kuba is rolling now, and Dario Frattini already building up a little bit of that buffer.
We know this name, Chi Kuba, Arjuna, because when you take a look at this this zoom in quotation marks, this is the unique perspective of the VTuber mechanics and all that fun stuff that Chi's set up.
I was just looking at that. There's not much going on right now.
No, it's kind of in like a black abyss.
Yeah, well, it's.
That could just be a JPEG. if we
Exactly.
all- Oh no, there was some life.
I mean, it could be a GIF. It could be a looped video. But let's see. I'll be curious to see what happens on the start here. It looks quite focused, angry almost.
Where's the steering wheel though? I think Chi is operating the car with her mind.
I mean, telepathy might be the fastest way around the track. Here we go.
Not a very good start. Couple of car lengths back. I don't think the car was in the optimal gear. I think she may have started about a gear up and was not conducive to good speeds. I think Dario's going to be feeling fairly comfortable right now, but you know, it's interesting that we have sort of a stratification of levels. We go from a guy like Timo Rawarda, who goes from the top level of sim racing, then we get some newer people, then we get people like Chi, who have been around in all sorts of community events, maybe not so much experience in this car. So you don't just face the same difficulty level with every race. It's always a surprise.
I do think, though, by the way, that what we need to do is at some point get Mario and Dario to have a race together.
Yes, if Mario's still around, I think that should be the grand finale.
That's how we should close out our 3 hours of entertainment, right?
Yeah,
I think we're aligned on
that only
that.
makes sense.
Mario, of course, is the winner of the brand new GT Racer cockpit. Looks quite delightful, I must say myself, and give you a bit more information on the event, rather not the event, you're watching the King of the Track, but the cockpit itself can accommodate wheelbases, direct drive wheelbases up to 13 Newton meters in force, pre-drilled for your Thrustmaster, Logitech, Fanatec, and Moza wheelbases, pedals, and even shifters, and maybe even handbrakes as well if you wanted to try and go rally racing as well, all for the rather affordable price, including the leather/suede seat with seat slider for the tall people like myself, $399 US, as Dario Frattini comes to the line and grabs the win in stage number 4.
For the record, Mario's Twitch stream has been turned off, so I think he may have gone to bed in Italy. I think it's late night there, so I don't know if we'll have him back, but we'll have Maestro back.
Come on, Maestro. Come on. No! I mean, he's protecting that hand. He does not want to hit the button too early. He knows it's coming out of his salary.
He was getting back in my good graces when he finally hit the button, and now he's relapsed into his old ways. I almost feel sorry for him.
I know. I feel sorry for whoever has to go up now against Dario Frattini, because he's getting more and more comfortable, and that's the important thing. As you build up comfort, you're just going to get faster and faster.
Yeah. I'm just staring at this gnome right now.
Who is that gnome? I want to know.
I don't know. That's a good question. John Gnome?
Does Gnome know who Gnome knows?
Gnome.
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 Can we just say the word gnome for the rest of the broadcast?
I mean, can you imagine doing commentary? I mean, it sounds like that's kind of like what I imagine Minions commentary would be like, you know?
Gnome.
Gnome.
That's probably what people hear when I'm commentating. It's just gnome, gnome, gnome.
I mean, around the outside just becomes gnome.
Yeah.
Not bad, is
It's
it?
like how many times have I said car length in the last two hours?
I mean, how many times have I said Carl in the last 2 hours?
All right, who's this guy? Blue and yellow? Are we getting Swedish?
Do you not recognize this driver?
I don't recognize the helmet.
It's Dario Frattini.
What?
Yeah,
I guess the helmet's a different color on the front than it is in the back.
indeed it is. Is he going to get back into the car?
Now he's got a clear helmet on.
I mean, now he's not in the car. You will
Come on,
notice, by
Dario.
the way, that there's 3 pedals in the footbox of that car.
Yeah. That's bad for me because I never learned how to drive a manual.
Yellow pen.
Look
back
at
out
that.
again.
The telestrator coming in clutch.
So if you've never driven with 3 pedals before, that's your clutch, that's your brake, and that's your throttle. Or I guess in America you'd call it gas, right? Your gas pedal.
It's a good thing you corrected yourself from CBT.
Why?
Well, you can look it up later.
Okay. There's a joke there
I'll
that
say-
I'm not getting.
I'll say cognitive behavioral therapy. That's the innocent one.
Oh, okay. That's what I was thinking. I was like, where's the joke there? Anyway. Who is Dario going to go up against? That's the question right now. Could be Cody Deeth. Could be Tyler Lugo Vickery. It is indeed, though, going to be the Williams Esports driver of Cody Deeth.
This is big. This reminds me of the Timo Rewarda battle. We've got, I mean, arguably the faster of the two, you would assume, starting behind. So that's a ticket to a good race. Could he make Williams proud?
You know what we like doing, Joey?
Cursing drivers by saying they're going to do well. Oh, never mind. It's the double box.
It's the double webcam box that we get to take a look at. The Williams Esports driver doesn't just have a Williams Esports shirt on, Williams Esports helmet as well.
Yeah, that is a company man. So how about that? Is Cody racing from the UK or Australia?
Pretty sure from Australia.
He's probably in some even more inconvenient times right now. It's probably like 7 in the morning, if I had to guess.
Yeah, but you know, it's normal for him in Australia at the end of the day.
Yeah.
He
Do it.
he chose to have this life.
He did. 16 years of age, totally just not allowed. That's just not a year you were allowed to be born. I think he was born in 2006. But let's see what he can do.
And here we go. We can cut to the double webcams and we can follow their expressions over the course of the race. Nice little jump there from Dario Frattini. Cody Deeth is going to now try and follow in through that opening corner. Nice and tidy for the both of them. Deeth out wide, but cuts it back underneath. Let's just then roll the speed through the corner.
Some of that famous turn 4 understeer, not going to help him very much. Up through turn 5. This is a critical corner with those cold tires, carrying as much speed possible through here. Cody's carrying a ton, and he got a little bit loose, but that's just a sign that he was throwing that car up there at full speed. He's going to have the full effect of the draft out of the final corner. This is the closest anybody's been in a couple of heats' time. I don't know if it's going to be close enough to go for a move into turn 1, but he's going to be close enough to follow him through this final lap.
That was a run wide, but Cody Deeth wasn't lifting off, and look how close he is in through the opening corner. 1 lap down and 1 to go, and remember, this is a crucial race on the cards right here, because this could be the win in Stage 5. The Next Level Racing merch pack up for grabs. Can Cody Deeth frustrate Dario Frattini in front?
He's putting the pressure on him. That's a highly pressureful situation. You've got a guy with the Williams Esports logo behind you, and for the first time, we're seeing him going for a move into turn 6.
Oh, they're not going to make contact. They leave each other just enough racing room. But down through the final corner, the slightest of hip checks, and it's going to be Cody Deeth that emerges out of that final corner to grab the victory, to frustrate Dario Frattini. And it's our first upset as the driver behind is able to work in front.
That is unfortunate, Arjuna, because there was a little bit of air between the two cars, I think we can say, but there was contact there that I don't think would have happened if Deeth was a little bit tighter. So we got to think about race control right now. We've got to be the jurists.
Let's see if we can spool things back up on the all-seeing RaceSpot TV replay machine. See how many clicks of the button it's going to take us. There's Cody Deeth. Here we go. Final lap here.
Yes. Well, this was a great move out of turn 5, first and foremost. He was just more committed. He was faster. He got very, very oversteery, but he did a good job of saving it. Both drivers were great at respecting each other through turn 6. And then coming through the final corner, Cody on the inside, Dario on the outside. it looks like a racing incident to me. I don't think anybody really deserves a penalty there, and I don't think Daria was mad either. Let's see it from the helicopter view. Yeah, there's nothing wrong there. That just happens.
Let's grab one more look at it, because you know what they like to do in Europe? They like to go super slow-mo replay. I mean, yeah, it's not like Cody's run out too wide. So racing incident, I think race control's decision. Joey, are we agreed?
Yes, there would not be any contact there in a real-world situation.
And so, I mean, look at us, professional race control people.
Take me into law school.
Don't say that.
Give me a call, Mohammed Ben Sulayem.
You can go and join the rulebook committee at the FIA. So we're going to get going now for stage 2. So Cody Deeth has grabbed the victory. That means that he is now the driver in the hot seat as he tries to build his way up the king of the track ladder board. It's going to be Cody Deeth. Oh boy, what a matchup we've got here. Cody Deeth up against Jaden Ladick. Williams Esports up against Drago Racing.
How about that? And look at it. This is kind of a relevant color scheme for a Drago Racing driver. He's got kind of the dark red, and he's got the highlighter teal on the helmet. Even in a race which has next level racing liveries, and you can only pick the colors, he's still found a way to be a company man.
Oh, Cody Deeth found a way to run off the track on the opening lap. Now I will say, Cody Deeth has got a big margin to Jaden Ladick, and does he really have to wait? Why doesn't he just go?
I assume it's deliberate to get some heat into the tires, but he's also not going to get any heat in the tires. He's going to be parked there for about 20 seconds until Jaden finally shows up.
I'm quite disappointed in Mr. Ladick, by the way, because no webcam from him means that we can't focus our attention on what's happening in his bedroom. But Cody Deeth underway in the Williams Esports number 31 in through turn 1. Let's see how things go. Williams Esports versus Drago Racing. This is a match of the heavyweights.
And it's a battle of the Australians for the first time with an Australian company. I'm starting to feel patriotic right now. I'm going to start singing Waltzing Matilda before too long.
I don't know Waltzing Matilda, but there are some other songs from the region
Who's
that I know.
jolly jumbuck you've got in your tugger bags? You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me.
I mean, it's just cool, I will say this, to see Alexander Volkanovski walk out to some of the classic songs.
True Blue.
No.
Oh! Is it me? No, he's off.
That's a mistake from Cody Deeth. Doesn't lose his momentum, but he's not dancing to Men at Work just yet. He's still got some work to do as we come to the end of the first lap in this shootout.
But what can he actually do? He's there. I'm going to say the word car length again because there is precisely one car length between the two. Screenshot that, put one radical between the two, and you've got exactly that. But you need to be a little bit closer than that to actually make an overtake. He needs a fantastic exit up over turn 5 here. He needs to hope that Cody gets a little bit bobbly, but it's going to be Jaden that gets wide out of turn 5 and loses touch.
Still close. Never say never. They both push wide through the penultimate corner, but within the confines of the tarmac itself. So Cody Deeth is going to run to the line, and it's victory number 2. His camera goes out of focus. He looked quite calm still.
That was so artsy. That was like a deliberate rack focus at the end as he crossed the line. Suddenly he comes back into focus, and we get to see his absolute elation.
Oh, come on. No, not this one.
It's the bird one again.
Maestro. The disrespect on display, I tell you.
That is not going to be legally defensible in court. Oh, it wasn't me, Your Honor. My hand turned into a bird. No.
You know, the real problem is Maestro's going to have to deal with now Jaden Ladick and Cody Deeth not being happy about the fact they haven't got their prizes yet.
Yeah, for once, we should make that guy have some difficulty.
Yeah, I mean, he's having too much fun back in the Next Level Racing studio, that is for sure. So, Cody Deeth rolls off and away. We're ready to go for stage number 3, it would seem. And who's he going to be up against? We're waiting to see, because no one else has rolled out onto track just yet.
He's versus himself. It's the old story, man versus the self.
What a fantastic TV show that was. You know, Ford versus themselves.
Yes. Oh, he's off the track.
I think he's just reset because he's realized no one's followed him out there.
He was so lonely. Who else is still waiting? I'm looking through the list of names. There's a lot of Simon DeMori is still, in the clubhouse waiting to go. Logan Wilson is still waiting to go. and a few others.
I tell you what, while they're all waiting to go, there was lots of excitement about an hour or so ago as we got closer and closer to seeing the progress of Mario Cimarelli as he made his way to unlocking that vital 10th stage and unveiling the newest member of the Next Level Racing product family. And of course, Maestro is delighted that the GT Racer is finally available for you all to take a look at. You can get 5% off on the Next Level Racing USA store by heading over to the website using the coupon code KOTT. The GT Racer has launched at a price of $399 US, including the seat. It's the perfect thing for you to get up to speed and to get started with. I believe issues, by the way, as we were hoping to get underway for the next stage of the competition, because unfortunately, Marcel Wannenberg had some slight issues on his outlap. His wheel had a disconnection, and I get the sense that Cody Deeth might have just taken an automatic buy in that round.
He may have just done so. He's getting some extra heat in the tires on pit lane, and yeah, we're gonna have to hear from the fact that there is a real race control to see if that was actually a win or if he's gonna have to do it for real.
As far as I'm aware, that still counts as a win.
I think it counted for Mario when this happened.
But Mario, it happened on the. Did it happen to the formation lap for Mario?
I don't even remember.
Yeah, so much has happened, right? Okay, we've got official word because it was before the start. It does not count, so this is still stage 3 that is getting underway, but now no longer with Marcel Wannenberg. It's instead with Cody Deeth being chased down by Logan Wilson in the 76. So yes, here we go.
Logan in the red, black, and white, those typical racing colors. I'm trying to find information on him exactly. Logan M. Wilson. I wonder what the M stands for. Maybe I'll beat Cody Deeth. I don't know.
Heading out of penultimate quarter. People took consternation with my comment about looking in the bedrooms of various drivers, but little do they realize the fun that we have when we get these zooms, Joey, of seeing how A, they've either made their bed or not, B, how much trash they have behind them, and C, what track maps they have behind them.
Yeah. Welcome to voyeurism here on Race Spot TV.
Voyeurism at its finest, though, when it comes to the racing itself, because 2-lap battles are as short and as quick as you could hope for. And away we go. Cody Deeth builds his advantage. Logan Wilson already a good almost 10 car lengths back as they filter through the opening couple of corners through this long left-hander, one of the few left-handers on the lap.
Logan Wilson only signed up for iRacing in 2023, but you know how many total races he's done since he signed up this year, Arjuna?
200.
600.
What?
But he is 17 years old, so he's got a lot of free time.
Okay. That explains it a little bit more, doesn't it?
Yeah, coming home from high school and breaking out the old rig.
I wish I could do that. I struggle to get a couple of hours in for WRC over the course of a week. Here's a look, though, at the Williams Esports driver Cody Deeth, who's got a comfortable margin in through the opening corner, and seems like it might have taken a bit longer than he would have wanted, but he's going to get his way closer to the Stage 3 victory. Now, we've got about 50 minutes to go. Cody Deeth, I don't think, has enough time to get to 15 consecutive wins unless he really starts to hurry things up with the rest of the competitors.
No, I think 10 is going to be his upper limit, but if he gets to that, we're gonna get the GT Racer again. GT Racer 2.
just to be clear, it's the original GT Racer, just another one of them.
Yes. The sequel to the original that's still the original.
Yeah, exactly, yes. This is the problem with esports drivers. Cody Deeth doesn't even look like he just won a race.
I'm trying to read what he's saying, but I got nothing.
It was an easy one. Maestro, come on. It's easy to hit the button. Apparently not. Come on, Maestro.
I hope that at the end of the show we get to reveal who he is. I hope that's the grand finale.
I think the grand finale is just unveiling that it's you.
Yeah. That's the old gambit. But I did hear that there's a clip we didn't get to show because if nobody hit 15, we were going to show a haha funny clip of Maestro doing something funny. So I think maybe we'll have to do that as revenge at the end of the show.
I mean, do we?
Yes.
Do we?
We got to make use of that B-roll. They put
the effort into it. I mean,
they put
Maestro
hard-earned money into that.
Maestro put his body on the line, I will say. I tell you what, we'll keep it in reserve. Not just yet, but
Yes.
Stage 4.
It's coming. Stay tuned.
Stage 4 is underway. I tell you what, if Cody Deeth gets close to the 10 wins and then misses out,
Yes, that would be perfect.
poor Cody's not going to appreciate it.
No, and we've got a waiting period on track as well. So I think 10 is probably going to be the upper limit, and it gives us plenty of time to think about more next level racing products. I'm thinking next level racing general anesthetic.
No, we don't need that. Now, you know what we really need?
What do we really need?
We need protein powder that makes sim racers smart on the opening laps of races.
That's going to be too hard.
If anyone's going to do it, I mean, Razer's trying to make their toaster. That's an ambitious product, clearly. I have full faith in the geniuses of next level racing that they can make sim racers intelligent on the opening laps of sim races.
What about the next level racing patented steel manufacturing process?
How do you know they don't really have that?
That's true. I might need to check Australian Company's House.
Yes, people that don't know what Company's House is will be just like sitting there with their heads bobbling around confused. Cody Deeth is back out there, by the way, but with no competitor out there on track because of some more technical issues. Clearly not enough people with next level racing rigs.
I love Company's House because you can look any business that's headquartered or even associated with the UK. I think you can just find information about them. You can just dig through because it's all public.
I have been told, by the way, by chat that I should not go look at what we were talking about earlier. So yes, don't worry, chat. We'll stay away from that. Now,
is this Twitch chat? I've been looking at so many different chats and I've been missing out on some stuff.
There is a lot of different chats. I've been paying most attention to my Twitch chat because Twitch chat is going off a lot of the time, and so it's just easier to stay there. There's a Sam Posey straight. Maybe what we can do as we wait for these technical issues to be resolved is, I should probably not go and work on the crossword that I was doing during my lunch break slightly earlier today, because Joey has got me on that little sidetrack. This is what we need, Joey. I've been saying this forever. You know how there's Wordle?
Mm-hmm.
You know how there's Worldle, where
Worldle.
You get an outline of a piece of land and you try and guess what country or whatever it is.
There's Stewardle, where you name F1 drivers.
Is there really?
There is.
You know what I've been talking about for a while and we should finally do together?
iRacing Wordle?
No, that's not a bad idea, but track... No, that's...
Tractal?
Quirtle. It's where you get to look at a corner and you have to guess what track it is.
I mean, I think there's like Sporkle quizzes where you can do that.
Is there really?
Yeah. So if you've got I think you have the technical abilities. If we get another hold-up, I think you can take some PNGs of random corners. We can do this live.
Oh, we can very much do that live if we wanted to. The game that we play in a small little commentary community that I'm a part of is we get pictures of different tracks, and you have to guess what track it is. And it's always interesting because you have to, different years, you'll have different color signages, curbs will be different colors, and so et cetera, et cetera.
There's a GeoGuessr map that's just racetracks.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Anyway, Simon Demore says, let's focus on the action. I want to try and stop Cody Deeth from taking one step closer to a Stage 5 win.
See if he can do it through turn one. Cody is playing with fire, going as wide as humanly possible through turn one, clipping the grass a little bit, but that's a guy who knows the limits of this track. He knows the limits of the car, and you can see him pulling away off of turn four. He's just found absolutely unbelievable levels of tire grip through there that the normal turn four understeer is nothing to him.
not too bad, is it? The way that they balance the car. It's a smile on the face of Simon Demore. That's the one thing that I think everyone is having right now. A lot of fun with the combo, the track and the car, but also the format that we have. 2 lap races is not a lot, but it means that you pack a lot of fun into those 2 laps.
All right, Simon, what you're going to want to do here, full throttle into turn 1. Just take him out. Let us do something in race control. Oh, he's not going to do it. He's too much of a professional.
I mean, Maestro's probably hoping that something does happen, just because he wants to try and make sure that he doesn't have to pay out some prizes that come out of his salary, but you never know. That's a bit of grass for Cody Deeth. Could just take a mistake here.
Turn 5, everyone's favorite corner, up over the top. There's a little bit of air. The rear tires get lifted up. It's not total air time like you see in some of the lighter cars, but if you were driving that in the real world, you'd be feeling some of those weird G feelings that you're in zero gravity.
Especially with how these downforce cars play out. Again, Cody Deeth just doesn't even look like that was a race. It was just some practice sessions for him as he comes across the line to win stage number 4. Come on, Maestro. You can do it, Maestro.
Why is his helmet so, like, condensated? It looks like he was sitting in a cold drink.
Because clearly that's a well-air-conditioned studio, and it's quite warm when you have to wear that many levels of racing
gear. And it's
gear.
Australia. It's getting to be summertime in Australia.
That's a good point, actually. Well, back on track we go. No rest for the weary, no rest for Cody Deeth, but I don't think he's complaining. He is 1 win away from Next Level Racing merch pack.
I'm going to need to get some connections here to get me down to Australia, because I've been looking at making the trip to Australia in 2024, but that's a lot of money. That's $2,000 for a plane ticket, let alone hotels and data fees and everything, so hopefully one of these many Australians can sort me out with a sweet deal.
Maybe Next Level Racing can bring us down there.
I'll be there. I'll go.
You know,
I want to see one of my favorite artists, the Australian country musician John Williamson, live, and you can only do that in Australia.
I was saying that maybe they can bring us down there for, like, you know, the Bathurst 12 Hours, the Bathurst 1000.
Daniel Harris says, "You can stay with me, Arjuna, but not me."
Wow!
Has our time on Monday nights meant nothing to you, Daniel Harris?
Joey is insulted, and rightfully so. But underway once more, Cody Deeth picks up the throttle. And there's a look at Tyler Lugo Vickery, who is going to be doing the hunting down. On board with Tyler, rocking the Ayrton Senna helmet as well. Clambers over the curb, rotates the car. Almost a little bit too much there for a second.
Daniel says it was the accent that turned him off. Well, I'm so sorry. Oh. That's it.
You can see the smile on his face, though. Oh, at least he's having some fun with it.
Yeah, that's why his name isn't Tyler Victory.
Oh, that's brutal. Oh, that's brutal. You're going to get in trouble, Joe, for that one.
I am going to get in trouble for that. It's all over. My career's over.
Oh, it's okay. Don't worry. My career is very close to being over if I ever irritate the wrong group of people in a very certain Discord who will release a voice transcription of something that never actually happened. Just to be clear, in case it does actually get released. Never happened. It was a lie. Tyler Lugo Vickery, though, is going to stay out there and continue to run his way around. So now we get the decision coming in. Joey, is Cody Deeth going to risk it all? Is he going to go and try and win the GT Racer cockpit, or is he going to walk away with his Next Level Racing merch kit?
I don't know. If he walks away, that would be a good thing in one circumstance, because it would get us more drivers in the final 45 minutes. It would get them all another chance. But I want to see some success. I want to see him go for 10.
So here we go. Cody Deeth, the Williams Esports driver, runs his way back towards the stripe, and it's another victory. And it's starting to rack up, it's starting to accumulate, and now the Next Level Racing merch pack is going the way of Cody Deeth. And Maestro, well, don't do it, Maestro, don't do it! Oh, he's going to do it.
He just got shirted.
We just got shirted indeed, and for Cody Deeth, I don't even think he's going to hang around and ask us here. He's going straight back out there. Oh, this is what we love to see.
Addicted to racing, and they're just piling on me in the chat, Arjuna. Daniel Gray as well. That's a big hit. I can't even stay with him.
I mean, you weren't around for the Next Level Racing beef night, so I mean, I don't blame him for not wanting you around. By the way, Daniel, when's beef night part 2? We're enjoying one-on-one coverage. How much, Joey? How much are you looking forward to the chance to go one-on-one with me on track?
We We could do it now.
Settle the beef.
Break out the rig. We could do it.
No, I'm not going to embarrass myself, because I think what I've just decided. Now, David De Silva next up to try and challenge the supremacy of Cody Deeth. And I've got to say, I'm a fan of his just because of the number of strings in the background.
So many guitars. None of those are basses.
No,
right?
there's one bass, I'm pretty sure.
I'm never sure.
Anyway, David De Silva has now got the task at hand, and there's only a couple more drivers still left to go after this from what I can gather in terms of the order and the time that we've got remaining through the opening long right-hander back over to the left. De Silva tries to just caress the car through the corner. But Cody Deeth is looking very, very comfortable right now, even picking up the grass. A little frustrated there for De Silva.
David needs maybe needs a little bit more bass behind him. Maybe he needs to play with the proportions there. But he is from New Jersey, so I'm proud as a person who grew up across the river from New Jersey. I always love to give them a little bit of a shout out because they get too much flack. Unfortunately, I think New Jersey's going to have to wait for another driver to win one of these heats.
New Jersey deserves all the flack it gets, by the way.
I love New Jersey. Well, I love some parts of New Jersey.
What's the nickname?
What is the nickname? The Garden State?
No, the other one.
I don't even know.
Dirty Jersey.
I like New Jersey. I'm a fan. Shout out Lambertville.
Oh no, what's happened to De Silva? Oh, he spun it around.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, he was born in a more reasonable year, Arjuna. He was born in 1996.
Oh, okay, so he's a reasonable age.
There you go.
Yeah. Unlike Mr. Cody Deeth. How young is Cody?
He's 16, so that means he was born in 2006 or 7.
Interesting. Here comes, though, the number 31 back towards the stripe. It's a stage 6 victory now for the young Cody. And as we wait for David De Silva to come back towards the line, oh, Maestro's doing a silly little dance again.
Good for you. I wonder what he's dancing to, because I looked at David De Silva's iRacing profile, and he says his favorite music is 80s rock and something that's been censored by iRacing. So what music's been censored?
That's a good question.
I wonder if the word bass got, like, automatically censored.
I'm wondering. I'm trying to think what the content police would be looking out for.
Yeah. Maybe it's just an artist they hate. It's just whoever's in charge of content on iRacing, at least in the driver profiles. They just have a vendetta against one specific artist.
So remember, Cody Deeth has now finished up 6 races, and because the first race that he was in, I think technically counts as stage 1, he is now through all the way in towards stage number 6. It's going to be Cody Deeth up against David De Silva again, it would seem. So we get a repeat pairing.
David Silva 2.
I know. Maybe we have to put the number 2 next to his name.
Is he out there? Or is somebody... There's the 26. I'm so confused.
I'm also confused. This is De Silva. So that's the 26.
I think he's getting another chance because you spent all that time calling him David De Silva when he's from New Jersey, and it's David.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Natural reaction there.
You were making him so foreign. So cultured.
We have
David.
We have restarted the order is apparently what has happened now. So I'm just going what our race control is telling us at this point. I will just be 100% clear on that. Never trust a commentator when it comes to anything important, except when it comes to shouting loud about stuff. Here we go once again.
Here we go to David De Silva Part 2. What different can he do this time? What has he learned in those initial 2 laps that he can apply here? Probably not very much. I think the main thing he's learned is that Cody Deeth is a very fast boy, and he's going to have some trouble sticking with him, but we're going to ride on board with the asphalt scraper cam. This would be a fast lap otherwise, but you've got an alien in front of you who you're just hoping will send back a tractor beam to at least hold on to.
Yeah, that's the problem, right? You've got someone as quick, as talented as Cody Deeth, who is in that elite club. There's only a handful of drivers who have I ratings more than 10,000. Cody Deeth, 10,078.
Just over the limit. He's not going to lose. David De Silva, rallycross out of the final corner. He's just having fun. That's good to see. He's just making a new lime rock in some corners. He's clearly pushing 100%, and I hope he's had fun.
I think what we do need to do is get Cody Deeth a better webcam because it doesn't want to focus on him. He also, I think, needs a rig like David Silva, because I think David has a next level racing rig right there.
I think he does. FGT Elite, so good stuff there. For purchase, you get 5% off with the promo code KOTT on nextlevelracing.com.
Ooh!
Oh dear.
That was a big wiggle, but it's really academic at the end of the day. De Silva pushes, but that doesn't push too hard. Out of the final corner, a little scratch of the head. I mean, just look how cool, how casual it is for the young Cody Deeth. Back towards the line, another victory. And what does Maestro have for us this time? Come on, come on!
No.
The look up to the camera is disrespectful, man.
He's an absolute menace, if you ask me. And also, it's an RC, not an FGT Elite. Our chat has been confusing me.
That was just Dane Baird confusing.
Yeah, that was our production chat.
Yes, because just to confirm, David does indeed have the next level racing rig. Back towards the line we go, and that was a half spin for Tyler Lugo victory as he heads back out there on the pursuit of Cody Deeth. But we are on to now stage number 8.
Someone in the Twitch chat did theorize, by the way, that he may have said he's a fan of indie music and that got censored. But I don't think you don't spell it that way, so I don't think that's going to be the case.
I have seen indie spelled that way, by the way.
Yeah, spelled wrong, maybe, but I don't know. Timo Warner could be right. Maybe he's got the inside look.
Yeah, I have seen indie spelled I-N-D-Y, although hopefully it won't be censored for much longer when it comes to iRacing side of things. So here we go. Time to go for stage number 8, and we're nearing potentially a second of our GT racers being handed out. And can Cody Deeth win that prize? Well, have to find out. Tyler Lugo victory up next. Daniel Harris and then Jack Harrison, the next couple of drivers that lie in store. And then Cody Deeth will have the decision to make. Does he want to go, or does he want to bank the GT Racer, the next level racing merch pack as well? Into the opening corner we go once more.
So basically what's happened is I think we've run out of drivers and we're just having to repeat people who might get the chance, but I'm happy to see some of our cast of characters returning for other chances. And this makes me think, Arjuna, 36 minutes left. I could probably set up my rig and plug everything in and get loaded into the session before we're done here at 8 o'clock. So should I go for a run?
I mean, we could, but I have a feeling I know exactly how it's going to go.
I'm going to lose by about 20 seconds and I'm going to throw it off the road in turn 1.
I was more thinking the latter than the former, but the former was implied by the latter, I guess. Tyler Lugo victory did a good job to hold on to the car, even with sliding wide and bouncing over the grass and the curbing. But Cody Deeth, end of the opening lap, now has a significant margin to enjoy, and stage 8 potentially will come to a close with another dominant victory going in the direction of Williams Esports.
I hope they're watching at Williams Esports, because as Daniel Gray pointed out, he's been taken out of his studying time for school. He's been taken out of school today, actually. He would be in school right now. It's schooling hours, and he's racing instead.
Yeah, that is not a bad point, actually. It's something we talk a lot about when it comes to the stuff going on for some of the drivers. Now, Tyler Lugo victory looks like he's trying to spin his car around, but I think we realistically knew it was pretty academic anyway. Stage 8 comes to a close, and it's with the same result as the race before. What does Maestro have to say about this one? Come on, make it good. Make it good.
That's a new one, at least.
It's not a bad one, I will say.
Oh, at least he's breaking out some moves. He's trying to redeem himself somehow.
Yeah, so stage 8 complete, stage 9 up on deck. 2 more races for Cody Deeth before he wins and has the chance to bank a Next Level Racing GT Racer cockpit, the newest member of the Next Level Racing family, a game changer for entry-level racing simulators with leather and suede seat with seat sliders integrated, of course, with the direct drive wheelbase support up to 30 Newton meters supported with Thrustmaster, Logitech, Fanatec, and Moza, all compatible through the universal pre-drilled wheel plates. $399. You can jump on to nextlevelracing.com and get a 5% discount as well using the code KOTT. Here's Daniel Harris, though. This should be fun, Joey.
I thought it was Charles Leclerc.
No, he was too busy driving in some other simulator today with a bunch of other content creators.
Not allowed. Not allowed. But Daniel Harris, He's hungry for redemption. He lost that race to Mario those many hours ago, and he's been so kind to stick around and watch all the proceedings that he's going to be more hungry than anybody ever. And if there's ever been somebody who's going to go for a dive into turn 1 if he gets the chance, I hope it's this guy.
Yeah, the only problem is Daniel Harris forgot to turn his webcam back on to jump back into the car, so can't see what's happening behind the scenes for him, but that was a slightly more coordinated start as he launches into the opening corner. 2-3 car lengths between the pair of white and black Next Level Racing liveried Radical SR8s. Swoop through the first long right-hander, back over to the left, onto the brakes once more. The yellow helmet of Daniel Harris, the blue helmet of Cody Deeth out of turn 4, back up towards the crest. A couple of car lengths between the two.
I think this is, unfortunately, the difference between a driver who's very good and a driver whose craft has been honed at the very highest level over the last couple of years, and you see Daniel pushing very hard to try and keep up with him. It was a little bit too hard. Got some grass in the tires, he's going to do it again. You know what, Daniel, at this point, you should just go for a whole grass lap. I want to see that. I want to see somebody go around the grass, no asphalt whatsoever for a full lap. Make it happen.
You're just evil, aren't you?
That would be, imagine that. Imagine a reverse race where everybody has to stay on the grass and you're not allowed to use the asphalt.
It's called dirt racing.
Oh, there goes Daniel. Look at him go.
He's listening. He's listening. Although it didn't work.
No, he didn't. I don't know if he was actually trying to do that or if he just missed the corner, but if he was trying to do that, that would have been good. That would have made him up some time.
We are going to have to go look at a replay, aren't we, about what happened there, but
yes.
It is Cody Deeth was the first to actually win a race from behind, and since then no one has been able to stop him. Back towards the line, Cody Deeth once again wins in stage number 9. And now just one win away from the GT Racer cockpit. Maestro's ready to hit the button, but not just yet.
It amazes me how many activities he can do other than hitting the button. This is like, he should use his powers for good. He was so creative, and he didn't do it. But here's Daniel Harris's grass lap. Goes off in turn 6, goes off in turn 7, and he says, you know what, this gives me an idea. When we get to turn 3, I'm going to use my powers for good, unlike Maestro. And here we go.
Oh, that's 100% intentional.
It didn't work, though. I don't think he committed hard enough. He lifted to come into the corner to make like the angle, but I think he could have been full throttle through there and done an even better job. But I think he was bored.
I think he somewhat thought as well that it wasn't worth the risk of running into Cody and causing some consternation as well.
I would have wanted to see that. That would have been great.
I know, but you like chaos. Some people don't. Stage 10 underway then. And it's Jack Harrison back out there chasing down Cody Deeth, and this will be another one. They are the fastest 2 in terms of times. Now let's see how they race out on track.
And Daniel says Cody is simply too quick, which that's a fact. We know that. That's going to be Jack Harrison's reality here. Jack wasn't far off when he had his last attempt, I believe when he was racing with Dario, but Cody beat Dario. It's going to be a whole nother challenge, and suddenly Jack Harrison has fallen from the corporeal realm of existence. Oh, he's back.
Oh, he's back. Oh, I got very... When you lose Zoom and iRacing from the same driver, you have to be scared, but here we go. Yeah. Out of turn 4, both drivers pushing the limit. Maybe Harrison pushing a little bit more. He's very talkative, that's what I will say.
There would be nothing more heartbreaking than getting disconnected due to packet loss in a fun 2-lap practice session format. It's not even a racing session. That would just be kicking you while you're down.
So remember, this is stage 10. We will have a short break after this one to see if Cody Deeth does want to bank the GT Racer or if he wants to risk it for the biscuit. 5 more races and 1,000 Australian dollars, the reward if he can outlast them all here in the Next Level Racing King of the Track. Second lap underway in this 2-lap dash, and Harrison close, but not close enough.
I mean, Jack's actually done a good job of sticking with him. Even though he did make that one mistake on the previous lap, he hasn't lost too much time. So if he's forced to go back out for another run, he might have a chance if he can be better on the opening lap.
Yeah, we are running down the numbers in who's actually left to challenge, so there are opportunities for some of these drivers to head back out there and to have some fun, but the fun's about to be had by Cody Deeth, who had finally a bit of emotion. It was just a half move forward in the seat, but ultimately Stage 10 victory. Now Cody Deeth, the winner of one of the brand new GT racers from Next Level Racing.
Yes, there it is.
Oh, and there's the dance. All the kids would love that.
Doing a little Gangnam Style, doing a little Fortnite, doing a little Chuck Berry. Good stuff.
So, I think we have to have a chat with someone, don't we, Joey?
I think we do. And I think it's Mr. KD himself, Cody Deeth. How much fun have you been having for the last 10 races?
Oh, that's been good fun. A couple close battles. Yeah, pretty fun. A couple mistakes as well, but it's been pretty fun. Like,
So what time is it for you right now over there? What time is it?
It is currently 10:30 in the morning for me.
And are you happier doing this than going to school on a Thursday?
Well, I'm going to school later on after this race, actually.
Oh, there you go.
I got exams to finish, so I gotta get back there and do some work.
Important stuff. Do you think you can get 5 more done here and win those 1,000 Australian dollar dues?
It would be good. I would really like to get the money and hopefully save up for a car and stuff like that.
There you go. And you are lucky because you don't have to translate it into euros or dollars. You can just take it as it is.
Yeah, it's good. It's very, very easy to convert it.
All right. Well, we'll let you get back. We'll let you go for those final 5 races, and we wish you good luck in your final challenges.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Cody Deeth going back up, and we'll talk to him a little bit later, assumingly that he's won 5 races, which I think is very likely after this.
Yeah, and I think we might get some repeat drivers coming from this point as well, trying to frustrate and displace Cody Deeth. Who's it going to be up next? Rylan Richard is back for the first time in a while.
Wow, that's a blast from the past. Two and a half hours ago.
Yeah, he was one of the first, wasn't he?
Yeah, good for him to be back. I like the colors on the helmet. He's got blue and gold. Call that University of Pittsburgh colors, non-deliberately.
I knew you'd find a way to make this about Philly. Pittsburgh.
Literally the opposite of Philly.
No, you know what I mean. You'd find a way to bring the Pennsylvania into
yes,
this.
There you go.
This is the look with both the drivers, by the way. Love the look at the Next Level Racing cockpit, by the way, that Rylan Richard has at his disposal. And of course, you can even connect the direct drive wheelbase to it as well. It's shaking around, but it looks nice and stable, nice and comfortable for him. And hopefully, he'll survive a little bit more cleanly in this race compared to his first endeavor at Lime Rock earlier today.
I mean, it's a good time in the world to be named Rylan. You know, Rylan Clark. He's the host of about 15 different shows in the UK. He's always showing up on TV. So is that going to be some good luck for Mr. Rylan Richard? It's not giving him any good luck on the start.
Not a well-timed jump, you'd have to say, but ultimately, I think Cody Deeth looks pretty comfortable. I don't think there's going to be much beating him at this point. It might take an active internet to really displace him from the top.
Active internet, or maybe he's going to be too busy thinking about his exams. He's going to be thinking about ionic compounds, and suddenly through a corner he's going to be thinking, that's the answer to the problem I should have got right yesterday, and that'll be the distraction.
I'm sure that's what he's thinking about right now. Just look at the expression that he has right now. I'm sure
he's locked in. He can use a couple percentage points of his mind on other things, I think.
That's the thing that separates the good drivers from the great, right? Is the ability to just separate some of those things. Shake of the head from Rylan Richard, knowing that one more lap to go. I don't think he's going to be able to get close enough to really put the pressure on, and so Maestro prepares his dance moves once more. There's a big smile from Cody for the first time today.
There you go. Maybe somebody's relaying our messages to him. He's finally getting some amusement from the most amusing commentators in the business.
I mean, have you ever tried racing while listening to the commentary at the same time?
No, but I have been racing when I've been dragged into the booth for a mid-race interview, and it is very distracting.
Yeah, but you volunteered to do that, so
I did volunteer.
Hashtag blame Joey. Regardless, he decided to put the GT Racer on the line. Cody Deeth comes across the line, victorious in stage 11, but Rylan Richard wants you all to remember exactly why we're here. It's Next Level Racing making this all happen. Come on, Maestro, make the button click happen as well. No.
Even the hand on the side on that one, he yassified himself. He was putting so much effort in just to disappoint us.
And we're going to go pretty quickly, I think, through the remaining races. Stage 12 next up. Cody Deeth again on deck. This time it's Tyler Blackburn that gets the call to try and make things happen in that 947.
Another Australian battle. Mr. Pringles 947 back in action. I don't remember how well Mr. Pringles did when he was racing with Mario. I think he was actually pretty close. I think he had a good race, so that could issue a challenge.
I know what you remember about Mr. Pringles, though.
The robot mask.
Exactly, the Tron headset.
There it is. What did you say that was? A Pimax?
Pimax, yes.
I thought a Pimax was just a big pizza.
Man, no crossword would even stoop that low.
No.
That was bad. That was bad, Joey.
Yeah, I'm running out of them. I'm running out of words. I'm feeling like the Library of Babel. I've gone through about 10 million combinations of words, but we're going racing already. There's no waiting for these guys.
No, we are very much trying to filter through these remaining drivers with less than 20 minutes or so to go in this Next Level Racing King of the Track at the Lime Rock Park with this Radical SR8 and Tyler Blackburn onto the grass, but holds onto the car, puts the pressure onto Cody Deeth as we switch out of turn 4, right over the shoulder of Mr. Pringles as Deeth makes a mistake on the grass.
Little mistake. That's going to put some hope in the eyes of Blackburn, but we're not going to be able to see any of that hope because it's blocked up by a big old Pimax. And he's just along for the ride now through turn 6. Cody's playing with the grass. Blackburn behind, playing with the understeer through the final corner. Cody's in the grass again. I mean, he's still pushing. He might have this under control, but he's still pushing at 100%.
I think he realizes as well that there are some drivers here that do have enough speed to keep him having to push the issue. Ooh, for Blackburn there, almost a moment where it seemed like the car was about to pitch around on him, but he was able to save the momentum and bring it back into line. Turn 4, bit of understeer. Deeth built up the gap once more.
That Australian biscuit power. You said he was going to risk it for the biscuit. I wonder what biscuit that's actually going to be. Because
Tim Tam.
Tim Tam, one of those, maybe the pizza shapes. Those are technically a biscuit, just a savory biscuit. Maybe a Marie, being boring.
Tim Tam.
I wonder what it is. I'll have to ask him.
Tim Tams are the Australian biscuit in my mind. Here comes Deeth, though, to the line to grab the victory in stage number 12, and he's inching closer and closer away to banking not just the Next Level Racing merch pack, the Next Level Racing GT Racer, but 1,000 Australian dollars as well. But Maestro doesn't want to let it happen just yet. That was mean. That's just mean.
No iced Vovos for you, Maestro. You're not coming to the party.
You know what we could do?
Bully him?
No, let's see. Wait. Let me click some buttons behind the scenes. Button mashing going on right here. Now let's try this. As they roll away. It's as disturbing as I thought it might be.
This is terrible.
It is.
This should be. We're gonna get content blocked.
Yes.
We're gonna get flagged.
Again, whoever got the call up to be Mr. Maestro, best job at Next Level Racing.
I wonder if it's Daniel Gray. Maybe he came in for the day.
Did they give him the call up as a Daniel? We need someone to come here and be a silly goose. Can you help us out?
Yeah. It could have been him. It could have been Daniel Harris. I think it was somebody named Daniel, at least.
You're just throwing a Daniel under the bus here.
All the Daniels.
All the Daniels. Ah, okay, I see how it goes. Here's Nora Fani, by the way, back in the car with the white and black helmet. And it is stage 13. 3 more races to go for Cody Deeth, potentially. After that, I don't think there's going to be time for anyone to get to 10 wins. There might be the chance for someone to get to 5 wins, though.
That would be tough, but if anything's possible, it's possible here. Cody got such a good start there that he did a little bit of a weave into turn 1 to get a little bit of extra tire heat into the tires. What a guy.
Remember, Cody Deeth makes a mistake. He starts from 0. He loses all the prizes. He's got to just keep it within the white lines. The strictest definition of track limits in the world of motorsports is often the FIA. The bounds of the track are defined by the white lines. That's what Cody Deeth has got to keep in the forefront of his mind. Is up over the top of the crest. Nora Fani continues to try and close, but yeah, nice little jump at the start, and Cody Deeth looks very, very assured of his position, coming down to the line once more.
I wonder what more he can do to amuse us. Can he do something fun? Can he maybe send a drift up through turn 5 to make things exciting? Because it's fun to see a driver at the top of his craft, but this is just playtime for Cody.
It does seem like it's a little bit difficult, right, for people to close up I wonder what we could have done in terms of combos to have made this even more unpredictable. I am of the opinion that, you could make it a fixed setup competition where the fixed setup's always trying to kill you, basically.
Well, Arjuna, did you watch the Martinsville NASCAR Xfinity race a couple of weeks ago?
Oh no, is that what it was like?
Remember when Sheldon Creed and Austin Hill were beating and banging for 2 straight laps and you couldn't tell who was going to win? I think that should be the combo because you'll always get a chance to win. You've always got a shot at doing a bump and run. I think that would be a solid combo if we do this event again.
Yeah, but as Cody Deeth comes to the line and wraps up stage 13, it's just all picking up slowly but surely here. Come on, Mr. Maestro. Come on, Mr. Maestro. So that's 13.
I'm over him, Arjuna. I don't care about him anymore. I'm moving on. I'm like Taylor Swift.
I think we need to get Travis Kelce to be Maestro.
He could be. I mean,
He could be. He could be adding that to his list of talents that we're not aware of.
yeah. Did you know about Travis Kelce before he came into our public knowledge
not.
about a month ago?
I barely know
No.
anyone in American football.
I knew about Jason Kelce because he was on the Eagles and he won the Super Bowl with them. But I didn't
there
know
you go
Travis.
with your
I didn't know Travis
Pennsylvania
existed.
bias again.
Yeah, that's all. The only sports things I know are from Pennsylvania. I'm very sheltered.
I mean, is being a Pennsylvania sports fan good though?
I can't even call myself a fan. I just see who shows up in the news. It's better than being a Connecticut sports fan because all the teams left. We lost the Hartford Whalers about 30 years ago.
It's okay. You could be an Atlanta sports fan, in which case you have a baseball team that is actually not bad, but very up and down. You have a basketball team that is maybe amongst the worst in the league. NFL team that's again up and down, but that goes, I think, just for the way that American sports kinds of works with its budget caps and things like that. And the MLS team has a lot of support. Not to say it's necessarily very good. They've had good players, but they all end up leaving to go play actually good places to play. Anyway, Cody Deeth and Daniel Harris. There's 2 more Australians getting ready to do battle.
Yeah. Hunt him, Daniel. I know you've been listening. You've been checking in the chat after all your runs. Do something exciting. Do something funny. Do something to make heat number 14 a little bit spicy.
Take the shortcut. Take the shortcut at turn 3.
Right now. Hard left. Hard left. No.
He's already run off the track. Come on, Daniel. Come
All
on.
right, I guess that's a lap 2 thing, I think. Because if you do it right, if you come out of turn 2, then you straight line it through the grass on the inside of turn 3, straight line it through the grass on the inside of turn 4, you can take the lead. That's all you need to do, Daniel. One thing. That's all you need to do. Have the courage.
He's committed, I tell you. Pushes that car in through the penultimate corner down the hill, swoop it down the right. I think that margin surely going to be insurmountable and unassailable for Cody Deeth. 1 more lap to go, and then stage 14 in the books. It's 1 more race standing between Cody Deeth and 1,000 Australian dollars, the Next Level Racing merch pack, and oh yeah, that brand new GT Racer as well.
Yes, Daniel Harris, I love you. Thank you. He said, nope, I'm not taking the track. No. That's karma. That's just proof. That's karmic justice. I love the effort, though.
The racing gods will always smite you back down, but yeah, at least he tried, right?
I'm a fan of the effort. If this was in those jumpy trucks, you can actually do that shortcut in the jumpy trucks and serve the slowdown without slowing down because you're going so slow. So there's another idea. Jumpy trucks at like Long Beach for one of these battles.
I'm up for that. I'm up for that anywhere, to be honest. I mean, jumpy trucks in general, you know how I feel about that. Stage 14 victory. Oh, it's back to this one.
The bird's back.
It's not a legal defense, Maestro. It's not a legal defense.
You're going to jail. You're going to get locked up.
I mean, fitting.
It is.
I'm in trouble now with all the Australians.
Yeah. You had to make it penal.
I just had to bring it up, didn't I? Here we go, stage 15 then. 1 more race stands between Mr. Cody Deeth and 1,000 Australian dollars, and only a handful more races stand between us and the end of this 2023 Next Level Racing King of the Track. Of course, still plenty more Next Level Racing community events to come. Daniel Harris has just jumped into the Twitch chat to say, well, he tried. He tried.
And David De Silva, rather, says 2 very important things. First of all, he says that whoever said that in the chat was right. The music that was censored was indie music. And also, he races on his dad's account. He's 2006, not 1996.
Interesting.
We're learning so many new things today, Arjuna.
Yeah, so sim racers are so young at the end of the day. So here we go. We're looking on board with Daniel Harris in pit lane, but it's Nora Fani against Cody Deeth again. And I think this might be one of the final matchups that maybe we get today then.
Nor, you saw what Daniel Harris did? Do it and do it better. Make sure you keep the wheel pointed straight when you get back on the asphalt. Do it again, and we'll all be so proud of you.
I'm not feeling confident. Unfortunately.
Yeah, he seems like he's a goody two-shoes. He's been very clean and typical. I know we can expect Daniel Harris to do some fun stuff, but I hope Nora's listening. I hope he can hold this up and do some fun stuff at the end.
So remember that because each of these matchups takes up a good 3-4 minutes realistically. This is the final prize-paying race to go. Nice early jump from Cody Deeth, and we're back underway at Lime Rock for what might be the final time in the King of the Track, and it's the Williams Esports driver that tries to hold on to a 15th consecutive win here at Lime Rock.
All right, lap one. It's usually the calmer one before everything starts kicking off. So if Nor is thinking about rolling up the Daniel Harris strategy, he's gonna have to do it on the next lap. Right now, he's just got to stay within touching distance, stay within a couple of car lengths, just stay in viewing distance at the very least, and you'll make up a good 7 or 8 seconds cutting the track there if he really wants to.
You're really going for this abuse of track limits.
That is the only thing that's going to make this final race good. I need it to happen.
You are not someone that should ever be into a race control room anyway, so that's something just to keep in mind. That webcam, by the way, keeps going out of focus.
I wonder if he just hasn't clicked the autofocus, but also you will notice Nora Fani not doing the thing. Just he's succumbed to his fate, and he's going to finish second. And Mr. Cody Deeth is going to be the second driver tonight to win 15 races. I did not expect this to happen, Arjuna.
Yeah, that was the thing. We were not necessarily sure any drivers were going to get up to the 15 mark, and it's quite remarkable to think that not just one, but now 2 drivers have been able to work their way on forward. It's Cody Deeth that comes across the line to crown himself the King of the Track, alongside, of course, what was a really impressive run from Mario Cimarelli in his Stage 15 victory, going the way of the Williams Esports Charge, and Maestro finally gets a chance to break out the Benjamins.
How beautiful. That's fantastic stuff. It's inaccurate, though, because wouldn't it be the Charleses on Australian money? Have they distributed those yet?
That's a good point.
Still the Lizzies?
Not sure. What's that gecko's name, or whatever, gnome's name, by the way?
I still haven't figured it out. Nomeo?
Nomeo, we've just named him, haven't we?
Yeah.
Let's see if we can catch up with Cody Deeth very quickly then, after his streak of 15 wins in a row comes to an end, Joey.
Cody Deeth, there you go. 15 wins in a row, 1,000 Australian dollars. More importantly, though, when you saw Daniel Harris going for the kamikaze move, how happy were you that he went for it?
It was pretty scary at one point. I thought he was going to come back onto the track and clean me up, but yeah, I avoided it. So that was good fun. He gave it a go. He definitely
did give it a go, indeed. But Arjuna said you were going to risk it for the biscuit, going for those extra 5 wins, and you did. But what biscuit is it going to be? If you had to spend those 1,000 Australian dollars on one biscuit, what would it be?
Probably just a plain chocolate chip, mate.
Okay, that's a good choice.
Doesn't get any better.
That's a very American choice of you, but I'm proud.
Doesn't get any better.
We'll do an international exchange because we have to pay out the wazoo for Tim Tams here because they got to ship them over. So I'll send you some chocolate chip cookies. You can send me some Tim Tams, and we'll be in business.
Yeah, we'll do, man. I'll be keen to. I'm keen to hear from you.
How about that? International trade. Cody, congrats. Enjoy the prize and enjoy your exams later too.
Yeah, I will do. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you for the broadcast.
Cody Deeth. There he is, Arjuna. But I think we've got some sort of exhibition races to finish things off. Give some guys some glory that couldn't get it in the reign of terror.
Yeah, realistically, these drivers don't have enough time. I think this might even be the final match that we have. And so it is Tyler Blackburn, it is Rylan Richard that we send back out there to do battle for one final time. Let's see how they go.
I mean, this is a pretty evenly matched race, if I'm remembering correctly, but even between these two guys, Tyler Blackburn is just running away early on, got a great start. He's got about four car lengths between the two of them. Let's see what Rylan can do up over the hill. He's getting the understeer. He's off into the little bit of asphalt runoff there. That was actually a good thing, though. He made up some time. He got closer. He may just lose it all through turn 6, getting the understeer in the dirty air again, though.
One more lap to go then. Almost to the grass, pushing the limits, that's for sure, in towards the opening corner. Closing, but Rylan Richard not close enough.
He's closed a reasonable amount, though. He's going to lose a little bit going wide through turn 1. It's going to allow him to do the switchback through turn 2, though, and keep within touching distance. Through turn 3, he's a little bit wide. Through turn 4, he's feeling the understeer again through the grass, and that's going to be him losing all that ground.
That was a bit too much early on the power, and Rylan Richard loses some crucial car lengths. Look at him slide his way up the hill as well. He's closed, you know. It's not done.
It's not done. Well, now it
is.
Now it is.
Ah, good way to close things out, you'd have to say, in what's been an event.
Oh, maybe it's not over.
Here we go. Drag race to the line. But Blackburn has just enough. He holds off Rylan Richard in the final matchup of the 2023 Next Level Racing King of the Track. And wow, what a fun day we've had, Joey. 3 hours have flown on by for these drivers. A couple of them have sat behind their rigs for more than I think they thought they would. But a lot of fun was had, and hopefully we don't have to wait too long to do this again.
And we don't have to see my arch nemesis Maestro anymore, at least for a couple of weeks.
You know what we do have to see?
Oh, we do have one more clip that we haven't seen, by the way.
Should we see it?
Let's do it.
Should we see it?
Yes, punish him for his sins.
So this was meant to happen. If no one got to 15 wins by the time we got to the end of the show. I mean...
Okay, that's better than I expected.
I want to see more in the fall. I want to see more theatrics.
I want to see this character expanded, because this is a new Maestro. This feels like a more developed character. I think we could propose something with this.
Ah, I see what you're thinking. Let's not forget, though, we got to announce the brand new GT Racer Cockpit. Again, $399 US, available on nextlevelracing.com today. 2 drivers managed to work their way through the gauntlet of drivers, and here at Lime Rock Park, Joey, a lot of fun was had.
A lot of fun was had. It's a good format, and I think I like that idea of a Martinsville 2-lap shootout. Go full Sheldon Creed, Austin Hill mode. So who knows? Maybe the next time we see this format, we'll be seeing it in Virginia.
Ah, yes. And
I have no control over the process, but I'm just trying to manifest this into existence.
And we'll go to America's motorsports resort there, a place with an actual title.
Yes.
Instead of made-up ones. What do we dub this place?
Connecticut's National Park of Speed.
Yeah, what a great nickname that was.
Gonna pitch that one to the governor. Gonna go up to Ned's office.
Ah, I see. Anyway, with that said, it's time to bring things to a close. Thank you so much for joining us for the 2023 Next Level Racing King of the Track. Don't forget to stay involved on social media. Who knows when the next Level Racing community event will be up on the agenda. But for now, it's time to bid you farewell. For Joey Tebben alongside myself, Arjuna Kankipati, thank you so much for joining us for this very first King of the Track. Congratulations go the way of Mario Cimarelli as well as Cody Deep, outlasting them all. 15 consecutive wins. They drive away in the GT Racer cockpit with $1,000 Australian and some next level merch to speak of. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time. Can't wait for it here on RaceBot TV.